You tell him! You tell him I'm coming! Tell him I'm fucking coming!
Straight out the Brooklyn basement. It's the GodMode Podcast. GodMode Podcast. GodMode Podcast. GodMode Podcast. GodMode Podcast.
Yeah. Welcome back. GodMode Podcast, session 177. Welcome back. So, if you know us, let us get the coordinates in order. Another session with Brooklyn Bob in the building.
How you doing, everybody?
The man who needs no introduction.
I gotta say, we have the best intro from any podcast.
Well,
we do.
I thank you.
We gotta keep that forever. That'll never change. Never change.
That's the theme music.
That's definitely the best intro.
Hey.
I've seen a lot of podcasts, and that's definitely up there.
I'll take that.
I'm not just saying it because it's ours or yours, whatever, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's good. But
Here we go.
yeah, we're definitely getting on this topic. We were just talking about it outside earlier.
Bobby's gonna tell us why he hates time travelers.
No, I don't hate time travelers. If they are real, then I like them because they're real. But these stories online, yo, bunch of fucking bullshit. I mean, you listen to them talk.
Yeah, some of them, and I haven't seen a lot, but enough to where I can cringe a little
What
bit.
bothers me the most is not that the guys telling the time travel stories. We already know that they were sitting in their garage, maybe smoking fucking meth for fucking 5-10 years, came out with some crazy fucking story, and you know somehow was able to get to the right people who were interested in hearing it, and they pull out stupid shit and they have stupid stories. They're fucking bizarre. These stories are so fucking bullshit. It's not even funny. Who I blame are the people that interview them, because they don't ask them the right questions, the common sense fucking questions. Like some guy's telling you he's from the year 2250, you know, and he pulls out a picture and says, "Well, I took a picture of the city and it's all blurry right now. But this is what happens all the time." Then 15 fucking guys pop up after that say they're time travelers too, and the same problem they have. Forget the fucking picture. I don't want to see a picture of the future. You know what I want to fucking know?
What's that?
Who won the World Series next year? No, I'm being dead fucking serious.
They could prove it that way,
If
too.
a guy came to me in 2020, I want to say to him, name the next fucking 5 presidents after, you know, whatever, this one. Give me the next 20 World Series winners, 20 fucking Super Bowl winners. I wouldn't be interviewing this guy. I would interview him and fucking, you know, give him but I would ask him questions, you know, on interview. Tell me who's going to win the Super Bowl next year.
Right.
Okay? Tell me how many touchdowns that Tom Brady's going to have. Tell me who's going to be the next president. Tell me that who's going to get the Academy Awards next year. Tell me when World War III is going to start. Tell me what's going to happen fucking 10 days from now.
Right.
Because, yo, motherfucker, you're from that far ago? You should have the history in. You should have some kind of device, something.
A book? God,
You should have known this shit.
Yeah, or have it on your damn...
Give me something. Give me something. Give me something that happened is going to happen in my lifetime. One guy said he came from the year like 2080 something. It was like 60 years from. Oh, I think I watched this like 10 years ago. Somebody was like, he was like, I'm from like 70 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know what he said. Some crazy shit. And I was like, okay, so you should know if something dramatic happened.
Yeah, what's going to happen next week that we all don't know about?
Like, I'm a sports guy. You're a music guy, so I'll say it in sports terms. I could say, okay, I remember that year when I don't know when what was it? I say sports wise when the Giants won the Super Bowl against the Patriots. It was a dramatic Super Bowl.
Right.
You know, it was a heavy underdog who won with the last play of the game, pretty much. You know, it just went out to be exciting. I could tell you, you know, the year when Keanu Leonard.
Do your thing, by the way,
What thing?
before you forget.
What thing?
You wanted to share once I sent the link to the thing?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it in a second.
Yeah.
Like I said, I would put it in a sports term. There were certain sporting events, maybe certain national catastrophes, you know, disasters, anything. You know what I'm saying? They can't name nothing. They always say, "I'm from the year this," you know, "I'm from the year 2155." And I got a picture, and we have this, and we have that, and our buildings are this. They kind of give you like bullshit stuff. No one asks the right questions.
What do you mean?
Tell me simple shit.
Do you mean like people? Who are these people? Tell me about these people that are.
I don't know
that say
exactly
they're
who
from
they
the
are.
future.
What?
Who's claiming to be from the future?
I don't know these. There's a bunch of people that did it. I don't know the exact names, but these people have stories about the future.
Well, you know, it reminds me of something I watched today, which is actually relevant to what we're saying. There was an old, I'd say 1960s talk show or something where there was some guy that came on the talk show, some British talk show, and he claimed to telepathically move pages from a book.
Okay.
Like from a, like turn pages from any book. So they put a phone book in front of him, and he went and he did it.
Okay.
He looked at it and he like waved his hand like this, you know what I mean, like Ryu style, and the page turned, right? So everybody was like, wow, wow, wow. And then there was that guy, I forgot his name, but he'd give somebody like a $10,000 if they could prove it. So the guy agreed to do it. You know what the guy did? He put light styrofoam around the yellow pages, and he goes, I bet you there's going to be a gust of air that comes out and moves the page.
Well,
but wait, this guy's like, oh, I'm ready to do it. And he couldn't do it because he knew. So that's, in that same thing, like you're saying, somebody from the future, really, like you're from the future. Why don't you have a book like, you know what I mean, or on your tablet, what's going to happen and how to get ahead real quick.
What I'm saying is that I see a lot of interviews with these time travelers. Even like, I'm not going to get into those topics, but even like the guys who say that they worked with these government officials. Because time travel has something to do with it. What I'm saying is they don't ask them the right question. Like, how do you time travel?
Right.
I never heard a guy say to another. I never saw one of these interviewers say to one of these guys, would you use a time travel? Give me the exact device. How does it fucking work? How does this? How does that? They all have this like fucking. I go inside this room and this machine and they press a button and I could pick what year I want to go. Get the fuck out of here. I want detail, man. I want to know. I want detail. So the people who interview these people, this is why I think it's all bullshit, because they're in on it. And they ain't stupid enough to ask the right questions because nobody has the right answers for it. And that's the bottom. That's it. There's not really much more to say about them. But they're a bunch of bullshitters. But the question, what question would you ask somebody? If somebody told you right now that I'm from the year 2150, what's the first thing you're going to ask them?
Exactly what I asked you before. I says, you're going to have to prove it to me on a weekly basis, maybe an hourly basis. You would have had to have known.
If you had one day. Forget that. No, if you had one day. If the guy was here for 1 hour, say, prove it right now. But you can actually...
Well, here's what I'm saying. If you're from the future and you want to make yourself known and you want to be able to prove it, this is how you do it. You come up and say, in 10 minutes, something's going to fall.
I agree with that. But I would do it differently.
Well, I'm saying, like, but have that information for the first couple of days, if you could see the future or whatever. And then... because presumably they're going to come back in time to do something, to change something. Then, stay on your fucking mission. But before that, if you're trying to talk to me, you're going to have to give me 10 minutes and the shit's going to have to happen. And when the shit happens, then you and me can talk. But I'm going to need it for a longer amount of time if you want to keep convincing me.
You know why I call time travel bullshit? That means things have to happen twice and then 3 times before. It means that it keeps on happening. That's
parallel.
That's why I call it bullshit. You know why? Because just say, if I was a time traveler, right? If someone told me right now, hey, Bob, you can go back in time. We're going to send you to this time. I say, no problem. Listen, I'm going to have a problem, man. I talk differently than them. I act differently. They're going to know I'm not from fucking 1700. What day are you sending me to? They might say, we're sending you to fucking June 1st, fucking 1750. Right. We want you to check this shit out. We want you to tell them you're a time traveler. Let's do it right now. Let's say I was from the year 2200. You want me to come right now to 2020? And they said, we're going to go over there. Me, common sense wise, just say, yo, do me a favor. What day you send me? April 10th? All right. Tell me what happens on 11th, 12th, and 13th.
Yeah.
If I'm going to go to some people, and I'm going to sit on TV, I'm going to tell people I'm a time traveler. And I'm saying, I'm going to prove it right now. All right? Tomorrow, there's going to be a fucking earthquake in California, and fucking 645 people are going to die. And it's going to cost the government fucking, this much money to fucking fix everything.
Yeah. Shit like that. Yeah. Shit like that.
There's going to, and then the next day, there's going to be a flood in Texas. I would have something to bring to the table.
Give me a spreadsheet on my mind, on my iris that I can read this shit off of, and we're good.
Now listen, I watch these crazy people come up with theories about back in the day and shit. Okay, the past is cool. You can have all the theories in the world you want. Some of them are actually fucking correct. Some of them started off as when some people came up with theories of the past of what happened in the past. Some people were like, "You're fucking nuts." He's a hammer upside down and burn them alive. But we found they were right.
Heretics.
Yeah, we found they were right now. With these people, they're talking about the future. I'm saying, fucking come on, people, ask them better questions. I am tired of this shit. I'm tired of watching these shows on YouTube. And even the guys from the past, and even these guys work for governments and shit like that.
Right.
When people ask them fucking questions, ask them the right questions. Get to common sense, brother. Stop asking them the bullshit questions. Stop asking them the questions that they want you to ask. Ask the questions that the public wants to hear. Mm-hmm. 100. That's all. That's what it really comes down to.
There's such thing as provable and unprovable.
The interviews sucked, man. They fucking pissed me off.
Because, and that's how you know. You're not getting any insightful information. You're getting snake oil.
Yeah.
Like you're getting somebody telling you, I was inside the secret facility and they didn't tell us what this metal was, but it was like, like, you knew. Like, if there's some shit that this metal apparently does, or the way that's the first thing you would have mentioned. Like if the fucking thing glows green, you're not gonna tell me that they let us work with strange things. I'd have been like, it was glowing green.
Yeah, give detail.
That would be something that like would have me going, what? What do you mean it glows green? Like, then you ask questions. No, like it just radiates green, bro.
If you're gonna be the whistleblower, blow the fucking whistle.
Correct. You would know something.
Yeah.
Know something.
Don't hold the whistle in the air and say, this is the whistle. Blow the fucking thing. Tell us what's going on. These time travels coming. No one ever had the audacity to say, hey, what's going to happen next week? You're a time traveler. What's going to happen? Tell me something. Give me a year from now. These time travelers are obviously still living here.
Right.
They say, I came from the year fucking 2,252, and I'm living here now. I got trapped, but I'm a time traveler and I want to do a video. Okay, start telling me shit. No, they can't though. That's a fucking problem, no, man. Wow. All the records we have now. I'm living here now. I got trapped. Yeah. But I'm just tired of these people. But now with the time travel thing, if you were able to travel back in time,
okay.
Where would you?
Oh, it's a fucking crazy question. How long do I get to stay?
Well, I'm gonna say travel back in time. Let's do it two ways. Travel back in time. In your lifetime, only your lifetime, but also travel back in time to any other generation. Like, how you're what
36.
36. So within the past 36 years, what time would you want to go back to?
Oh, okay, that narrows it down.
Yeah.
In the past 36 years, do I just get to go back, or do I inhabit my old body?
No, the thing is, you get to go back and inhabit your old body, but you can't come back to the normal time now. You can only go back, and you got to stay there and do shit over.
So it's like, do shit over, meaning in my old body, or or knowing what I know in this body?
Well, the only way you could probably time travel is, my theory is,
with the body you have.
No, with conscience.
Heavy.
The only way time travel will be possible, you have to, because everyone thinks that you have a mind. You don't have a mind. You have a conscience. Okay, it's a form of energy. If they can send that energy backwards in time to go back into the old body and take over.
That's that's a deep fucking well, bro.
But the thing
is, this topic is a deep well.
That's where we could prove the point where it's like, remember people used to say, I wish I knew now
what I knew then, what I knew now.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
I know now.
I wish when I was 18 I knew what I knew now.
Yeah.
So imagine you can take your mind right now, your conscience, and go back to when you were 18.
I think that's everyone's dream you're talking
I mean, it is everyone's dream, but the question is...
Think about that.
I mean, the thing is imagine you could do that.
All right, where would I go in my lifetime?
I have my answer.
I'm sure... in fact, I have no doubt you do. Oh, man, if you ask me where... Okay. I would go back to... I'd go back to when I just first came to America.
How old was that?
I was 9 years old. That was 1992.
That's young. It's cool. It's a big waiting time for the drinking age to come. But
yeah, 1992.
Cool. All right.
Because if it's within my lifetime that I was just and if I knew what I know now, shit. Whoa. I would be, oh my God, because if I knew, like, are we talking about, do I get to keep my memories and shit? And just go back?
You can keep everything. You know what's going on. You know what to watch out for now in the future. Because now remember, you're a time traveler. You're going back into the future.
Oh my God, I'd
And
make so much money.
You know what's going to happen tomorrow.
I'd make so much money.
Exactly.
I would make so much money so early.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And you're probably going to get deja vu because you're going to think that's something, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you might get up one morning and say, oh, shit, you know, I might
This
be
already
hanging out with this
happened.
girl.
Yeah. And you are.
And you are.
Mm-hmm.
You might be able to get that girl that you could have had.
Right.
That you knew you could have had.
Yeah, that you wanted, but you never tried to or whatever.
It's a lot of things, man.
Yo, that's a deep dive.
Now, my age, honestly, my age, there's a reason why I'm saying this. I would probably want to go back to the day before. I would say I would want to come back the day after I finished 7th grade and enjoy that summer. Because that's when I was going on 13 years old. And I think that's a very important year of your life, where you're going into your 8th grade, and then after that's high school. So I'd prepare myself in 8th grade for high school, because I'd probably do it all. One, I would definitely not smoke a cigarette. That's when I started. I'd probably smoke weed and drink some beer and be a regular kid. Now, if I knew me, it'd be great. I know I'm getting locked up tomorrow, so I'm gonna fucking stay home. You know, shit like that. I would fuck history up.
Well, you can fix all of your mistakes. You would unfuck your history.
Now,
I think that's what everybody wants to do in a
wouldn't it be
situation
cool
like
if you
that.
walk on the block and say, "Oh shit, I remember this. I'm gonna get jumped in 2 blocks." That'd be fucking cool.
Yo, let me turn left here real fast.
Wait, I had a feeling I was caught with a bag of coke here. You know what I'm saying?
But-
Boom. Yeah, boom. You know, I had a fucking feeling I was caught smoking weed here or whatever it was. You know, hey, I've seen my fucking ex-girlfriend. I'd be like, nah, I ain't going home with you tonight. That's
Exactly.
it. You put me in jail 7 months from now. You fuck that shit.
Exactly. I think that's one of like the big wishes to go back in time.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, do you think that it's possible to go forward in time or back in time? Like,
This is my thing.
practically.
I'm gonna tell you right now. There's no way possible for us to go back in time or forward in time, unless it's consciously. Because there would have to be. It's like a DVD player.
Oh.
Like, you have to be able to rewind. You have to keep track of it. Somehow we have to record this. Now, we record history. Like, how about this? The way we time travel, believe it or not, is through TV. Through, like, videos. 'Cause we save videos and watch them over again. So, you know, in the
We have control over time.
how about this? In the 1920s, if I was to tell somebody in the 1920s, hey, man, see this game on, let's say the 1960s, you see this game on TV? I'm going to be able to watch this 30 years from now. Motherfucker, you stupid, man. You're watching it one time and that's it. They don't know. That was all recorded. Now we can watch it. That's kind of a form of time traveling. We can watch TV shows and things from a long time ago. It's a kind of time travel in a way if you think about it. We're able to save.
It's a way to travel back in time.
Yes. Now, traveling forward in time, there's a reason why you can't travel into the future. You know why?
I actually have something to say before you say that.
Yeah, I'm going to answer the question.
Would you consider this time travel what I'm going to tell you? What if, I'm going to start with that. So it's all hypothetical. What if we had a way, which we don't yet, to cryogenically freeze ourselves and pick a year to come out of it?
Can't do it, they say, right? They said your fucking body will
You
freeze.
could eventually,
No.
but look. I started with what if.
Oh, what if? Well, I watched something with
But listen,
scientists.
wait, let
Yeah.
me finish. So, if you can cryogenically freeze yourself and bring yourself back, guaranteed every time, okay?
It's not time travel, though.
Really?
No.
Time
falling
travel
asleep.
is relative, you know.
You're saying you're falling asleep, though.
Isn't sleeping time travel? I was getting to my point.
Yeah, because it happens faster. I get.
What do you mean faster? Instantly.
I'm saying when you sleep, it doesn't seem like 8 hours. It seems like 8
Is
minutes.
that not time travel?
In a way, it is. Okay, I'll give you that.
So now, amplify it by cryogenically freezing yourself for 30 fucking years. The only risk you're taking is the economy around you collapsing and that capsule just never being, you know.
That and frostbite.
So you take leaps.
All right, so how about
I'm going to
this?
take a 10-year leap.
Let me tell you.
Hold on, let me finish. So you can travel forward in time that way, but now you're gonna lose whatever time passed. So, don't like the life you're currently living? It's like an Etch-a-Sketch. You can go and start over 40 years in the future with your investment account that you set up 40 years ago. What's up? You want to grow your money? Like, you know what I mean? So now I can go to sleep for 20 years with some kind of company running where they might pay me X amount, just whatever, for doing nothing, for sleeping. Wake up with fucking $7 million, start over. Right? Is that not time travel?
It is in a way.
And you're predicting the future by putting that money into that savings account.
This is my thing.
You understand what I'm
saying? That's
saying?
a form of time travel. If your body ages, which it possibly would, even though you freeze
In
it.
cryogenic freeze, it would slow down dramatically. You would age, but you're not that fast.
I want to say something. Number one, this is why I believe time travel in the past or the future is impossible, because it's very common sense. You can't travel into the future because it didn't happen yet. And you can't travel in the past because it already happened. You can only be where you are right now.
Unless you can be frozen.
Now,
Yes.
hold on a second. Ready? If you freeze somebody
Yes.
and they go to sleep,
Yes.
first of all, that cryo freezer thing, it's not actually possible. I watched an astronaut.
Not yet.
Hold on.
Not yet is the key word.
Okay, hold on, because that was brought up today, and I watched it on an astronaut from Canada who's been in the International Space Station.
That's got nothing to do with anything
Hold
about
on,
cryogenic freezing.
It does, because no, because he was talking about that, about space travel, and he's saying about freezing people, and he said as of right now, it's all in fictional movies. He said it's being talked about, it's being, they're looking into it, but the problem is that when you freeze somebody, right, throughout time,
Can't unfreeze them.
But the whole thing is they're gonna get frostbite. They're gonna get certain things. Like the human body cannot be frozen for that long without having complications. Certain things are gonna happen. Like the cells are gonna freeze.
Agreed, but let me interject by
Hold on.
Let me interject by saying medical science is getting better every day.
It is. I'm not saying it's not possible.
Yet is the word.
Yeah.
Just as I'm saying. Yet.
But if now the thing is, like he said, everyone thinks you're gonna stay the same age. You're not, because your body's still gonna be older. It doesn't matter. If you freeze the body, it might preserve it, but you can't. Not 100 years later. Maybe a month later, a couple of months, I can see them doing that for, but not years later. The thing is, time travel has to be in the speed of light. It has to be. That's why they call it time travel. You're time traveling. It's the speed of light. It's not freezing people. Freezing people is just keeping them on ice for a year or two, then bringing them back to life, and who knows the complications after that. If you want to talk about people. Time travel, maybe black hole. They believe if you go into a black hole, that the time you get out of that, I don't know what they call it. It's like a wormhole, something like that. The time you get there and back or something like that, if we're able to do it. Hundreds of years can go by, on the planet. But with time travel, I think the only way it'd be possible is to do it in your mind. Now, Boris, there is a conspiracy, Boris. You ever hear of Limetown, New York, Boris? Boris.
Do you know how much it cryogenically costs to freeze yourself?
That's after you die. Michael Jackson did that.
No.
Walt Disney did it. You said they did that. Walt Disney did that.
You can do that while you're still living.
The thing is, they can't
bring you back yet.
Exactly.
I know.
Right now, it's fictional.
It's not fictional.
It was in the movie.
Half of it is there.
Yes.
Do you know that there are, right now, as I'm looking at it, cryogenically people frozen who believe in technology that much that they're willing to freeze themselves now.
All right.
To hopefully be unfrozen later. And you can stay cryogenically frozen for
I know about this, but it's
apparently, I'm trying to fill in the blanks that you don't know.
I'm saying I know about this topic, but it has nothing to do with time travel, because I
think it's a form of time travel is what I'm trying to tell you.
No, it's like a coma. You go into a coma, you fall asleep, you still age.
But
hold on, you wake up 5 years later and they tell you.
You don't.
Okay, so
in a coma you age, yes.
All right. So if someone wanted to time travel, right? If the United States said, you know what, we're gonna start a time traveling business. Let's freeze them and put them in a freezer for a year, and we'll wake them up and they'll tell us what happened. No, time travel. I'm talking about where they can send
That's
you.
Impractical. I understand.
I'm saying.
And it's relative. Do you know what relative means?
Did you see
Relative means individual.
I know what it means.
So only you're experiencing time travel.
Did you see? Do you ever see the documentary about Tesla and there's a lot. There's actually public record about it. Tesla and Einstein when they were working in Limetown, New York. Mm-hmm. Limetown. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm not saying it's true though, but they're saying that they were able to. There was something about some kids. They had to be small, but they couldn't put them through a portal or something like that. Tesla and Einstein were fucking out there. Listen, bro, Philadelphia experiment. Einstein was behind that. With the Navy ship disappearing, making it invisible.
I've seen a documentary.
Okay,
about
I'm
that
not saying
bullshit.
it's true.
I don't think it is.
Hold on, I'm not saying it's true, but they were working on it.
I believe they were, but that right there is a PR campaign.
What I'm saying
we
is
saw there.
the whole story of those guys disappearing. I think those guys were on the boat. I think they died. I think the whole story about them disappearing and coming back was just to keep it like, away from the real story where they all just got electrocuted and died. But they did try to do it. They had boats in the ocean. They were fucking using like some crazy fucking shit.
I'm sure the R&D department was
tried it.
working wonders.
There was stories that they did it on a Navy ship and the fucking thing was like glowed fucking green. And no, that didn't work. It didn't work. And it went off. And all the people on the ship were fucking dead. And they had to lie about it and cover it up because it was an experiment and the people on the ship didn't know.
They just electrified the ship to see if it
They
would
were,
go.
bro, listen, bro, World War II, after World War II was over, they were trying everything to get ahead of people. Besides, I want to go off topic. They said that Einstein and Tesla were working.
So they were sending kids through
Well, hold on.
portals.
No, I don't know if it 100% was kids, though, but they were saying they were able to send people back in, able to send people to, not back in time, not to the future. They're able to send them to Mars.
That's some doom shit you're
Exactly.
talking about.
But now this has a form of time travel in a way, though. It has it's kind of in the same category because it would be like they're trying to send something to somewhere else without actually using a spaceship.
We're talking about teleportation is what you're talking about.
Yes.
Disassembling and reassembling molecules is what you're talking about.
With that, the reason why there's a picture.
And that's,
Hold on, there's a picture with Abraham Lincoln when he was president.
yeah.
It was it was something going on where Abraham Lincoln was talking somewhere someday, and there's a picture of a kid in it, and this kid's wearing like regular clothes and shit, like it looked really out of the ordinary, And then there was also stories of this kid talking. They said that in Limetown, New York. There was a possibility. There was a conspiracy theory. There was rumors that they might have created a time machine. But they only send people back in time, not in the front.
That's the
future.
best. That's the best way to manipulate the future.
And the reason why now this is a funny thing though. They say when they had this what's it called, the Civil War or whatever, when George Washington was going to cross the Hudson River, he was going to do it at a certain time. There is a true story of these kids who went to him and told him, "Don't." I think they told him, "Don't cross the river tonight," or something like that. Do it tomorrow. I don't know the exact story, but they told him not to do something, and he didn't do it. He actually listened to them, and in his fucking diaries, he wrote something. George Washington, this is our first president. He wasn't crazy in the head. He was a very smart guy. He fucking started the United States. He wrote that these 3 kids came to me, and I didn't know who they were. And they were telling me something like, don't go tonight because there's troops over there. They'll invade you or something like that. Or maybe go tonight. It'd be sneak attack or whatever it was. They were fucking coming to New York City, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was a fucking war. And these guys, he listened to them. Or maybe he looked into it. And they found they were telling the truth. And no one knew who these 3 kids were.
Maybe they were... maybe they observed the front lines and said, let's tell them.
Maybe. But maybe when you have people talking about it today, these guys, one guy was saying that he went back in time, and he was the one who, he went back in time and watched Abraham Lincoln speak. But he said when he went back in time, he didn't have his, he didn't have no sneakers or something like that. He didn't have his sneakers on, and he had like it was weird. And he had to find clothes somewhere and get boots. He had to wear boots like 2 times the size that were bigger than him. And he said that he went there and stuff, and he has pictures and stuff. And he said, if you look at the pictures, that's me. And it's a good story.
Are there pictures available of this guy and Abraham Lincoln?
No, there are pictures from history from like the 1800s and 1900s where people are out of place.
There are. I've seen a few of those, yes.
Now, most of them you can probably say it's something else. Like some lady was holding a square thing.
Yeah, it looked like a phone. Yeah,
and they said, no, that's probably...
At a boxing match, there was another guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Now, there has been a couple things. But the thing is, the picture from a long time ago with the kid in the crowd, he had like a hoodie on. It was weird. He had like a hoodie on. They didn't make them back then, He was dressed like a person from the 1980s, 1990s, you know what I'm saying? He had like a hoodie on. Now, if that is true, that means maybe just history repeats itself over and over.
See, today you gotta watch, man, because Photoshop is really good.
Great.
It is really good. So it's it makes you double think stuff. You know what I mean? Because you're like, yo, I don't know, man. There might be a chance that this shit right here could be photoshopped. You know what I mean? Like Photoshop is that good.
Did you ever see the alien video that one with the aliens talking, and they had the telepathic thing, and the guy's asking him, "Who are you? Where are you from?" And he tells him where he's from.
No.
And he says to him, they have it on video. They say it's fake, and the alien says to him, where are you from? He goes, Earth. He said, "What do you mean you're from Earth?" And he tells him, "I'm you from the future." Because they evolved to be aliens, and he's basically telling the guy that all these UFOs and alien stuff, it's us coming from the future to tell you not to do something like that.
That's interesting.
Now, if you watch the video, the guy's talking and the alien's talking. That I don't know. He talks like English, but you could barely hear it. It's like a real deep, crickling voice.
It's a good theory.
It's a cool video.
It's a good theory in general.
And the thing starts choking.
That the gray aliens are us coming back from the future, and maybe the craft that we're using are actually time machines.
Exactly.
That's very interesting. That's fucking interesting.
You know why I agree with that? You know why I agree with that?
You should cut that one out. This is good.
You know what I'm saying? You know why I agree with that? Because if there was a way, I'm not saying it's not possible. I think history is being recorded through energy. I think energy is like it's
string theory.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be able to find it somewhere. But I think if it was possible, it's pretty fucking wild that these UFOs can go from one spot to the other quick.
Blink of an eye type shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm saying maybe they're not actually using controls. Maybe they're just doing time travel. Speed it up 5 seconds. We can speed up a YouTube channel in 5 seconds in a second. I can speed up a minute in a second.
So you're saying they manipulate time live?
Meaning if something's following them, they can say,
Blip.
they can hit the button and go, let's go. I want to go from here to there. Let's speed up the time. It's already recorded.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
It's like they're fast forwarding their movie.
I like that.
The other guy can't fast forward.
I like that a lot.
You know? Mm-hmm. But these UFOs and stuff, I mean, who knows? Maybe they are time travelers. You don't know.
No, you don't.
You don't.
And that's actually a proposable theory. That's good. I like that.
And think about it too. Is there a point from traveling from one planet to another planet or one star system to another star system? If it takes 30,000 years, you're going to have to time travel to get to around the universe. The universe is too big. You're going to have to time travel.
There's a lot of variables to time travel like that.
I'm just saying, but the thing is, if you don't live for a couple of fucking 100,000 years, it wouldn't be worth going from one star system. You know, the next star system is like millions of years away.
You'd need a colony ship.
More than that.
If you're going to do it in real time, you're gonna need a colony ship and have generations upon generations of people
you have to grow
born
and
die in that ship to reach that destination.
It's generations.
Yes.
Hundreds.
Yes.
One problem though.
That's real time.
One problem though. You can't have babies in space.
Yes, you could.
You can, but they said even
artificial gravity.
Even if you have artificial gravity, they're saying due to the fact of the radiation going through the ship.
Well, that's one thing we don't have a deterrent for. That's why we're not.
It will change the babies as time goes on. The babies will change. Less gravity on the outside. It still matters what's on the outside.
They might not be able to come to. Yeah, they might not be able to come to a place that has real gravity. But if you have artificial gravity, it'll give it an idea. But I agree. Right now, we don't have the proper shielding, and this is true. We don't have the proper shielding to do interstellar travel because of the radiation that we might incur along the way.
There's a video. It's a video of a kid. It was a cool video. It was just like a animation thing, but it was a video of a kid being born on a spaceship. And he lived on the spaceship. And all he ever knew was looking out the window and just seeing space. And there's another kid in there, and he was telling him, come to planet Earth. And he goes, I can't. He can't. He can't walk around. He can't do anything. He was born in space. His bones.
He was born in 0G. Now you're talking about.
Exactly.
But remember, if there's artificial gravity, the structure will develop just fine because it's made for us to use.
I think it'll be okay for us.
No, it'll be okay for them too. They'll learn gravity.
Throughout time, it won't be a problem.
No, I think psychologically it may be an impact, but I think it won't be a bad one. You know, for the first space kid, they can land on a planet for the first time. I think they'll have a lot more appreciation for something like that.
They'll have both capabilities, gravity and non-gravity.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. It can work, but you definitely need 120% artificial gravity because right now in our primitive state in the International Space Station, they have to strap themselves down because they're in 0G.
Yeah.
They have to strap themselves down and they have to do exercises to maintain the muscle mass.
I saw this 2 hours a day. You have to do it.
It's
2 hours a day.
It's to maintain muscle mass.
Yeah.
Because what happens when you're in 0G, you don't need all the muscles to hold you up. You don't need all the muscles for the things you would need if gravity was affecting you.
Yeah.
So, grant you, if a baby was born in 0G, it could not come back to Earth.
No.
Could not.
Could not.
So therefore, artificial gravity is key to having kids in space, and if you could achieve that and proper shielding, you could send out a generation's ship.
Yeah. The thing is, the only way we can get from one star... The thing is, from one star system to the next, there's nothing in between. So you can't just stop and get food, resources. So just to travel, you would need a ship that's the size of this planet.
Not really.
Oh, definitely half the size.
No.
No, you're gonna need vegetation. You're gonna need water. You're gonna need a natural environment. You're gonna need a planet.
You're gonna need something that's maybe a quarter of the size of the moon to be okay.
This is my deal. The only way, I thought about this already. It's bugged out. Everyone keeps on saying we can travel with a spaceship. I say no, assholes.
Make the Earth travel.
No, exactly. Not the Earth. We have to build another planet with a moon and an artificial sun to keep it heated, and it has to rotate the same way the Earth is, the way we're involved.
Maintain the gravity.
To put some of us on there and have that planet mechanic. I don't know. I guess somehow we have some kind of system where we can move it and we could travel. Remember, we could travel at hundreds of thousands of miles an hour in space.
Just make sure you don't hit none.
We're not gonna hit none. You know why? Because we're gonna have radar systems. We're gonna have weapons to shoot these things out of the sky. If we come across a fucking asteroid or something like that, we can blow it up. If we're coming at fucking light speed, if we're coming at hundreds of thousands of miles, that thing. These things might just fucking blow up in our atmosphere or fucking bounce off of us. We might change the gravity thing too, because we're going against it now. We're going straight for it. Whatever's in our way might just spread out. Now we're pushing. I think it's the only way we're going to travel throughout space and go a long distance. We're going to have to use planets. And I always say, if we see a planet coming to our solar system, we better believe that it's not a planet. It's something else, and blow it the fuck up. Because they ain't coming here all that way to say hello.
You think that we can blow that up? I doubt it.
Oh, yes, we can in space. Yes, we can. It's called fucking nuclear weapons, bro. We got some big ones. That's it.
You think they'll ever make it to something that traveled across a fucking galaxy to get here?
I mean, I don't know. When I see this UFO shit and like all this shit, I say to myself, I think these things are coming from close by. Because I can see Mars to here. Makes more sense. Pluto. If they can travel at a certain speed, they can get here in 30, 40 days. Maybe 40 days of travel to them is like us going to Manhattan.
Maybe.
It's a joke.
Maybe.
Time goes faster for them, but it's longer, So maybe it's like that for them. Maybe they have something. Maybe they live on this planet. You just don't know where the fuck they are. Maybe they're under the ocean.
Why haven't they revealed themselves? You don't think?
What?
Why don't you think they have revealed themselves yet to us?
Because human beings don't sit down with elephants or tigers or lions to have a conversation and talk to them and try to trade technology.
I bet you if the tiger and the lion were able to talk, we already would have.
That's the thing, though. Remember, when a dog looks at a human, we see a dog.
Right.
When a dog looks at us, they see a dog. Understand in a way?
Mm-hmm.
Because they look at us and say, look at those ugly, disgusting animals. We're better looking.
Yeah.
See, when a dog's fucking another dog, he's not saying, oh, shit, man, I want to fuck that human instead. We're ugly to them. That dog is hot. They speak their own language. Now, if an alien civilization lives in our oceans or somewhere, they live somewhere close to our planet, and they're fucking millions of years more advanced than us, and they might say, hey, you know what? Out of all the species on planet Earth, those little fucking things that walk around are fucking pretty smart. They build houses and buildings. These guys might be building planets.
Yeah.
Solar system. Maybe they built us. Solar systems.
You think they're just not concerned enough to care?
There's no relation. Well, what are they gonna do with us? Well, everything we're doing, they have done millions of years ago. If right now, for example, I told you we saw those orangutans in Africa that were making spears, and then they're using rocks now as tools. Even though we've seen it, we're excited. Oh, it's pretty cool. But no one's going over there saying, "Hey, come here, I want to have a conversation with you now."
Right.
Here's nuclear technology. Can you figure this out? Give a fucking monkey nuclear technology. Give him a fucking book of matches. Say, figure it out. He'll figure it out eventually, but it'll take him years, maybe months. What's the point? Now we give him matches, he creates fire. But guess what? He can't make the fucking matches. So once he's done with those 25 matches in that book, it's over for him.
Right.
He's gonna say, "Oh shit, I have no more left. What do I do?" Now, he might remember that and tell stories. Maybe thousands of years later, he'll create them. Won't be nothing like us, but that's what I'm saying. That's how they feel about us. Where are we going to go? We're going to go down there and teach them how to travel at light speed? These motherfuckers are traveling fucking 700 miles per hour in a plane.
Mm-hmm.
We're traveling light speed.
Right.
This is a big fucking difference.
Very big.
You know, we just built a couple of planets and built a solar system next door. They haven't even seen it yet.
Mm.
You know, we got telescopes that can see fucking billions of miles away. We can travel from one galaxy to the next. We can create black holes. Who the fuck knows what they're creating? Maybe they're creating black holes and they're getting resources and energy. Everyone says, "What's a black hole?" And I say, maybe these motherfuckers created it and they're fucking swallowing up solar systems and taking the energy at the end of it.
Mm.
It's like a plug.
Right.
Goes right through
Might
like
be
a chug.
powering their whole civilization.
Yeah, they could be sitting.
The other end of a black hole.
How do you know these motherfuckers don't have a whole solar system with 1 million planets, and these black holes are fucking supplying 1 million planets in their solar system? They're just chilling.
Mm.
There's a lot of theories. Now, with it, you know, and I just think about it. We're all, there's a good chance they could be time travelers too.
Right.
They could be from my planet. Listen, if you hear all those dimension things and those parallel universes, it's pretty fucking wild thinking that everything we did right now already happened.
Yes. Yeah, the parallel universes, that's a wild concept to even try to like.
Imagine that.
Yeah. I try to. And sometimes it hurts my brain.
If you watch that video, this guy asked, they called it the Great War. Not World War III. The alien said the Great War happened or something like that. Or he said war. And the guy said, no, what was the reason for the war? And then he said, dogma. He said, dogma. That's why...
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, that's why I say it's a bullshit video. Because if I was fucking talking to the alien, first of all, I'd be like, yo, motherfucker, you speak English? Fucking great. Here we go. Let's go. What happened with the war? Dogma? Okay, cool. Good answer. I like that.
Move up towards me.
Who's the first person to first nuke off? Well, who was in the war?
Yeah.
What was the war about? What countries were fighting? What happened? Who hit who first?
Right.
They don't ask him that.
Maybe they were afraid to.
Why?
I don't know.
This guy's coming back trying to help you. He's trying to stop nuclear war.
Is that what he said?
That's what he was acting like he was trying to come back and tell us and stop something.
Now, what if he wasn't?
Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was. The point is that the first man in mind, I would say to him, what day did the nuclear war happen? Why did it happen? Which countries did it happen with? Who set it off first? What can I do to stop this?
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't ask that. What caused the war? Dogma. Oh, great answer. Cool. Next question. You know, what do you eat? What the fuck are you talking about? Go into detail, you asshole.
They ask him what he eats?
No, I'm just I'm being sarcastic though. But like, ask my fucking question. How the fuck did you get here? What kind of device did you use?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some of these interviews with these fucking people, even the UFO people, they're stupid fucking interviews.
Maybe they thought that thing was dying and they better ask it.
It died on air.
Right. Maybe they try.
Remember it started choking and shit?
I don't remember that part.
Yeah, it started choking. There's one video I like. It shows these little alien guys walking in a tunnel. It's black and white. But what's good about the video is that they had people from, I told you about this, people from Hollywood watched this video.
Right.
Who did like alien movies and like special effects, like real serious fucking shit, $1 million projects, you know, Boris? I mean, these are guys who made like the actual werewolf masks for the werewolf movies, make things move. And
Special effects type shit.
Exactly. And they said there's one problem. He said, our biggest problem was that we always tried to get the face to move like a real face. Like when the eye moves, the eyebrow.
The twitches, the reflexes,
the mouth moves with the nose. He goes, I'm watching this video, and they see the thing move its finger, but it's not about the finger moving. You can see up the finger, the vein move, the muscles move with it. And he goes, when he moves his arm, we see other things moving. When he blinks his eyes, everything moves in the whole face.
Right.
And they said, if this was done,
It's very well done.
he said these people would have a job in Hollywood and they would be making fucking millions right away. Everybody would want to get their hands on them because these guys are the fucking shit.
What if it was an audition tape? Can you imagine? And somebody secretly hired the team already?
Maybe
and
it
they're
was.
working in Hollywood. Like, can you imagine it? You
What's
just make
scary-
you decide to make one video and you go, yo, we're gonna scare the shit out of them so good
I want to
that
believe
they'll hire us.
I want to believe the video is real because that tells me that the government has known about it for 50, 60 years and they have it under control because these people are here and they're doing something with them. I want to believe it because I feel that it's believing in it. If what's true is that we're working with them, and I'd rather be working with them than against them.
I agree.
But at the same time, I don't want to believe it because there's not really good evidence out there. Like I didn't see one of these things.
There's no concrete evidence.
I didn't see one of these things on CNN doing an interview going, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. You know?
You and me both. I think a lot of people
or at
want to
least
see
one
that.
of our, or at least one of our presidents or military guys shaking hands with the fucking thing and saying, "We're gonna do things peacefully." They're from this star system. No, but they have some videos that are leaked. Like the autopsy video they said was fake. It's already debunked. It's fake.
I believe it's fake.
Bunch of kids
I
did
wish
it.
it was real, but
Yeah,
I believe it's fake.
a bunch of people did it. One of them was done in Russia. It was fake. And another one was done in a college or something like that. It's like a video thing. But they did a good fucking job with this fake. But this one video, I had a couple of UFO videos I seen. And there was a couple of time travelers that I heard stories that sound believable, you know? But this is one video where there's two of them with the same type of thing. There's one video with them walking. And there's another video where they're actually they're talking to, they're filming the thing up to down. And his fucking fingers are moving. And when he moves his fingers, the rest of his arm is moving with it. And I'm saying, unless they had a skin-tight suit on somebody, like a real human.
I think it was animatronics.
They didn't have that technology back then, number one. And number two, if they did, it's not that. These guys do this for a living. To make a finger move and have the whole muscle move in the arm, or to have someone where he moves his mouth and the back of the jaw moves and the top of his head moves and his eyebrow, the top of the head, they have like features and wrinkles and shadows, and you see everything moving in the head. All I'm saying, the only thing that makes it believable to me is when a Hollywood guy gets up, a guy that does special effects, and he just said, listen, I don't know if it's real or not.
Yeah, it's some crazy shit, right?
But if it's real, I would love to sit down. I'd like to know who did this. Because whoever did this is fucking better than any alien movie. E.T.
They
You
should,
ever see E.T.?
They should go make some movies.
E.T. Jaws, it's real. Looks real. But if you look at E.T., E.T. moves his head around. The rest of his body don't move. You know what I'm saying? If you watch Alien, it's good. Like, you know, the jaw will move or the teeth will come out, but other things don't move with it. This fucking thing, when this thing blinked his eye, his whole face moved with it.
Right.
Fucking wild. The thing, it was the fingers and the blinking of the eyes that really caught this guy's attention. Because those were like, because they try to do it themselves. He said, he goes, when I make my movies, I'm trying to make the whole face move with it. They showed the werewolf movie when his teeth were coming out. They wanted the top of his head to move with it, you know, make it look more realistic. They talk about certain things, and from that guy's, this is a guy who did werewolf movies. He did Nightmare on Elm Street. These guys did.
Yeah, like real good effects, yeah.
Yes. They did E.T. They did, you know, these are popular movies.
Right.
Dinosaur movies.
Right.
I mean, these guys made clay moves, you know what I'm saying? This is not a joke. So whoever did this, when this video was made, it's saying it's from the 1950s. So in the 1950s, they were making Godzilla clay movies.
Now, was this carbon dated to the 50s, or could it be a hoax
Actually,
from today?
It's a very good question.
That looked like it was
Hold
from
on.
the 50s.
The video that it's on, they don't have it on a YouTube channel. Now it's on YouTube though. When they first obtained this footage, it was on one of those old
The film reels.
the film. And they said the film that was used, they said, like, it was actually on the film. The guy who got it, and he walked. They had the film thing next to him. He looked at the film. They had a professional look at it and said this film was only used in the 1950s. They started using different, because when film first
So
came
it was
out,
proven that it was in the 50s.
the film is the carbon date on the film. This was filmed from the 1950s. The question is, were they able to use 1950s film to film that in the 2000s?
Good question.
No.
Well,
It's hard to prove.
Now, my next question would be,
But it's
how
definitely-
long does film keep preserved?
if you preserve it in the right places, I think film can last. Don't quote me on this. I think it can last up to 100 years, maybe a little shorter.
So they're still within their window.
I think when they came out with this in the 2000s, I think they were within 40-something years.
Reason I say, like, if they had
Maybe hundreds of years.
unused film,
Yes.
and then they got an old machine and they recorded it.
You can use that. You can do that.
You know, it could be a really good hoax that way.
Be a phenomenal hoax. Now, in order to obtain that film 50 years later, the actual real film, it's not impossible. I'm sure people have antiques.
Like
and
archives and shit.
Yeah. But I do know that we do have films. I think now we have it in a computer now. But back in the day, they were storing films, all the good movies and stuff. The government does it. They have it in that those mountains or whatever. They store a lot of shit there, but they store our history. They have paintings there, artists. They have like the original stuff. They store it in these places, military facilities. They do have our films. Mm-hmm. They have all of them. Mm-hmm. Every sitcom, every big movie, they have multiple of them. They might have 20 of these things stashed away somewhere. So if anything ever happened, they have books there. You know, if it's our history. So if a nuclear war ever happened, at least they have all these records and they can, continue on civilization. And
they have one of those for plants.
They have it for also they have it for they have a DNA thing, not DNA thing. They have a for seeds.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, they have one. Know they have it? Antarctica.
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
Yeah, I've seen the facility.
They have every fucking plant.
Every conceivable.
But they have like thousands of them of each one.
Millions.
So they know why that's out there, right? I believe that's out there because they have a feeling. No, people don't realize when Antarctica, when the ice things melt, it's gonna flood everywhere else, but it's not gonna flood Antarctica maybe. So that's a deal. I found out how much ice is on top. 2 miles of ice.
2 miles of ice?
Yes, majority of the island, 2 miles of ice. Some places
what's underneath?
Well, obviously bedrock and land, and they found lakes. They found a lake. It's called Lake Vostok. They said it's bigger than.
Oh, that's it's been around.
Yeah, they said it's the size of. I think it's the size of Lake Ontario or something like that. It's fucking huge. But they found a bunch of lakes. How they found the lakes is that they noticed the ice on top was a little bit lower, and it was like a circle.
Right.
So they found these circles everywhere, these little imprints, and they started doing using technology and through the satellites and looking through, and they found that there were lakes there.
That's crazy.
And guess what? This is the craziest part.
Prehistoric life, baby.
Whatever's under that lake has been there, I think, for 40-something million years. Mm-hmm. So if there's like an octopus in there, that lake, there's no way out. Maybe there is tunnels or caves where they can travel. No, there probably are.
Not up.
What I'm saying is that they might be stuck under that ice sheet for 45 million years.
However, yeah.
You don't know what's under there, intelligent. Mm-hmm. And guess what?
If it's intelligent, it's the question.
No, there's intelligent life down there.
You don't know that. Might be cellular life, maybe, but not intelligence is very.
You know that Russian story?
They would have gotten out if they were intelligent.
You're Russian, you should know the story with the octopus, the Russian story.
No.
Lake Vostok, they drilled down, they sent divers down there, and they were attacked by an octopus.
You told me that story.
Yes. Now, is it true? I don't know. Great story, though. Really fun to watch, really interesting to entertain. But they do say that there are like an octopus type down there under this ice, guaranteed. And they said if they are, they're probably the number one predator under that ice is going to be intelligent because that's their environment. They lived there for 45 million.
But not intelligent enough.
Not to build a computer.
Right.
A car.
Right.
But the thing is
not much of a threat just yet.
Not a threat to us, but now what if
the study case?
Listen to me now. What if that ice was to melt or just enough where it gave a pathway to the ocean, and a couple of hundred of these things got out into the ocean, and they were giant octopuses, and they ate everything, and they were fucking phenomenal hunters.
Possibly.
Maybe they hunted in packs.
Yeah.
You know what's under the ice? What if a bacteria or a plague? The most scariest thing about the ice melting is not flooding the oceans, not flooding the coastlines. There could be bacteria under that ice from 5 million years ago that we cannot be immune to that could wipe us out.
Sure
That's what
can.
they're really scared about.
Sure fucking can.
That's why when they drill those holes and shit, they keep that shit frozen. They're checking that shit out when they bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know when they drilled the holes into the ice, did everything they possibly could so they wouldn't contaminate under the ice because they were scared that they were going to kill the life down there.
Right.
Because the common cold up here, the common bacteria up here, will destroy all the life in there.
It's possible. Yes.
And then you have a problem down there.
Yes.
Now it's worth nothing. They have video footage of the life down there. It's pretty fucking wild, bro. They have like fish that it's pitch dark down there. Everything glows.
Bioluminescence.
What if the darkness is like light to them and to us?
That has to be because they're used to it.
Yeah.
They have to adapt.
They can see. But what if they can see in the dark? Like how we see in the light?
Yeah, it's possible.
If they came up to the light, they'd be blind.
Well, because they probably orient more by sound than by light.
Yeah.
Because there's no light.
What if there's what if there is a civilization in Antarctica that nobody knows about? It's a big continent. Nobody can go there for fucking thousands of years because of the ice. What if whatever was here? Listen, that Admiral Byrd story, Admiral Richard Byrd or something like that. He said that when he flew over Antarctica, he flew over a part that looked like trees and grass and green. It was like, like a canyon. And he said that it looked like it was just beautiful there. Like, it was like a regular place. It was warm and stuff, And they just flew over. What if it's possible?
That what? There's a warm place in Antarctica?
People live in Alaska. They live there. There's hundreds of thousands of people living there. They learn to adapt. They have factories there. They got electricity. They're living just fine. They have their rough days. But if they were doing it there for millions of years, you don't know.
It's another theory.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no knowledge of what possibly could be, but in theory, yeah.
There was, after World War II was over, there was Navy ships went down there. They said it was an expedition. But they brought like a bunch of destroyers down there, like Navy ships and stuff, like a whole fucking fleet. And they said there was like 1,500 people killed or something like that. Things were sunk and shit. And when they came back, they tried saying that it was German U-boats. But the war was over for probably a year or two already. Saying no. They were looking for German bases down there. They said they got attacked by something. They said, but Admiral Byrd left. And he came back. And, in his diaries, he says different things. He says flying ships that can go from the north and the south in seconds. Now, you saw they came out with that guy, finally that Navy pilot came out, and he said the same thing. He was following a UFO. He talks about chasing the thing and checking it out. He's seen the fucking thing. This guy's a 20-year fucking experienced pilot. Fought in wars. He was good enough to drop bombs on Iraq and Afghanistan. I think he's good enough to say, I know what I seen in the air.
Right.
So, there are some stories out there. There's a lot of stories. The most stories for UFOs is the Navy. Everything's happening near the water.
Or on the water, yeah.
Basically, coastline's water, Which makes me think maybe water is what they use for their ships. It's a good conductor of energy, water. Think about it. Electricity,
Yes.
So,
might be their internet.
It could be anything. It could be how they survive. Maybe they drink it. Maybe they eat it. Maybe they like fish. What's the first thing we would do if we went to another planet? We find an ocean. What if they had fish like us? Something similar. And we can eat it and live. The first thing we're going to eat is the fish. Yeah. It's the easiest thing to catch. We don't want to catch land animals. We're going to catch fish. We'll sit in the ocean, make a net. They're going to fucking swim into it, and we're going to catch them by the hundreds.
Yeah.
Why chase a water buffalo around and shoot with arrows and guns? Fish is easy. You put a net in the water, boom. There's fucking 20 of them. So, what if there is something down in Antarctica and they eat the fish? What else? I think there's something down there.
Like what kind of thing? What do you think is down there?
I'll be honest, I don't think there's any aliens down there. I don't think there's anything living down there. Like, I don't think there's any civilization that's any kind of alien. That's all bullshit alien base.
But an apex predator, maybe.
No. What I think is that the ice is 2 miles thick. There's millions of years of history under that ice.
Right.
I think there's things under the ice, and we know about it. The problem is that's very far under the ice, and we have to find a way. We can't just dig the ice out and just You know, we might have found it could be pyramids down there. It could be a civilization under that ice, like ancient ruins that we know are there, but we can't get to them yet. And we're over there trying to figure a way to do it where it wouldn't hurt our planet. You can't just dig holes in the ice over there and start breaking shit. Things start floating away, things melt. You know what I'm saying?
No, don't agree with that.
No, what I'm saying is that
They drill through the ice carefully.
they drill holes that are the size of if something is encased in ice, where it's all ice covering it. Remember, it's all ice covering it. Just say there's a giant structure down there. It's the size of the pyramids. You can't just dig up all that ice and go down there. It's not like that. Not that easy, you know.
Drill it.
Drill it what though? In the 2 miles you're talking about. It's a lot of drilling.
Yeah.
You
You
got
drill for oil that's longer
all
than
right.
that.
And where do you drill to?
What do you mean?
You drill to the top of the pyramid. What happens next? You go down there and look at it? No.
Yeah. You send something down there to look at it. Yeah.
But what, to the top? You want to get in the thing. Understand?
Drill further.
But if there's a pyramid under the ice, it's like this.
Yeah.
And there's all ice on top of it from side to side
Yeah.
to the top.
Yeah.
You're going to drill down. You got to find an opening first.
Once you get to it, then you start melting it underneath and pumping the water out.
I don't know how that would go. I mean, that's talking about a 2 mile system to dump water. I mean, no, it's definitely doable.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that it would be more
Totally.
it'd be more cost effective to say, hey, we got to find the opening in this thing without going down there because you can't go down there.
But how are you going to find the opening without excavating the whole thing? I'm offering you that excavation.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Because first you start once you get to it, you start branching out around it and melting that ice to make a cavern.
I agree with that.
And pump the water out as you're doing it. After when it's all dry, you send fucking robots down there.
I agree with that.
And then you look for openings.
I agree with that. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. But I'm saying for them to do that.
It's the most practical.
Yeah, but for them to do that, it would probably. Because remember, you don't know if there's running water down there too. So you don't know what's going to happen if you start doing that. It's a lot more than just saying to do it. If this thing.
No question.
Yeah. If they found structures 2 miles under that ice and they have to get to it, it's going to be a project that's going to take probably, maybe they could have been for 60, 70 years doing this shit.
Not at all.
Yeah,
They
bro.
can get through that in months. What are you talking about?
They can get through it in months.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they might want to get through it in a different way than we're talking about.
Yeah, okay. So maybe a year, 2, 3. At
Could be.
best.
Could be. Could be.
If they
That's it.
concentrate on doing that and there's a
be.
plan to do it,
Yeah.
then yeah,
You know,
it's gonna
could
be
be.
it's gonna be quick.
They did drill down to Lake Warsack. I told you they drilled down to that, and they took fucking videos and they got samples and shit.
See? So?
Fucking wild shit. man.
Yeah, bro.
You're talking about living species that have never seen us. We have never seen them. You know?
It's like going to space. It's like finding aliens.
To me, it's kind of like going back in time.
'Cause it is.
It is. You're going back to 45 million years.
You're
Check
going
it out.
back to where that part of the ocean split from the other part of the ocean and became its own ocean.
You know what's the coolest fucking thing, bro? That always bugs me out.
Mm.
And one guy said it. If there was an alien civilization 45 million light years away, and they had a telescope, they were able to see us and look on our planet, they would still be seeing the dinosaurs
Yeah.
because of how long
It takes.
the
Yeah.
light to travel.
Absolutely right.
And I'm saying, wow. So, would the same happen to us if we're looking on planets right now and looking for life and we don't see nothing, we don't see certain, because they can look at, like, you know, the kind of, they have hydrogen, all that kind of shit. Maybe there is life there. It's just that whatever we're seeing is from, you know, a long
Yeah, an
time
echo
ago.
from a long time ago.
Maybe we have our numbers wrong.
Well, not in our solar system. Mathematically, no.
No, we're good.
Further out, we just can't see the details.
We see light.
You know.
It's light coming
Yeah.
towards us. Maybe everything's about light. Everything's about light.
Damn right.
Everything's about light.
Well, light is energy.
Light is everything.
Transition of energy.
It's everything. Look behind you right now. That city right there. It's full of lights.
Mm.
We're all about light. At nighttime, we want to light things up. In daytime, we're just cool with everything. But when it turns nighttime, we got to light everything up. It's true, though.
Yeah, it's us.
We have lights on everything. We have lights on our cell phones, light on our cars, light on our houses, right?
Didn't used to be this way.
No, it always was. We always use fire, torches, lanterns. We always wanted light. There's something. Light is the answer to everything. The question is, what is light?
I like that.
What is light?
Energy, potential energy being burnt up.
Yeah.
That's light.
So everything in the universe
Potential energy.
has to do with light. Everything we see is light.
Yeah.
So if we see something, we're interested into it. So it has to be energy. You're right.
It's all energy.
So
There's invisible energy holding the planets together, holding the solar system's dark matter, for instance.
my question,
You know.
if we want to travel light speed, if we want to go back in time or in the future, we got to travel more than light speed, maybe. Maybe light speed is like the normal travel for light. Maybe we got to travel like light, I don't know, maybe 1,000 times light speeds to get back in time or get forward in time. Because light speed could just be the normal for everybody. That's their physics. The light travels at light speed. If we want to beat that light, we got to travel faster than that light.
Exactly. Because traveling light speed is 1-to-1. You still haven't beaten
Exactly. It's just it's normal.
it. Yeah, it's
Everything's traveling at light speed.
Well, it's 1-to-1.
Like, how about this? When we look at a star, right? The universe is expanding, right? And some of these stars are moving away at light speed, right? Wait, this is our planet, Boris, right? And this is the star system. And we're moving away from each other, but we're trying to find a way to get there. Doesn't that suck? At light speed.
Yeah.
We can't even travel light speed. How are we getting there?
Exactly. I know exactly what you're talking
What's the
about.
point of going?
Shit, you'd have to have some serious speed.
You would need, even if you went 2 times the speed of light, you probably wouldn't get there fast enough. It would, if you had to go, like thousands of times the speed, maybe millions of times the speed of light to get there while it's happening now.
And on that note,
Yep.
let's take a nice little cigarette break. And
Time travel is bullshit right now.
so we're going to time travel for about 2 minutes. And be right back.
skylines. Thanks for getting high with us. God loves machines.
Hey! Oh shit, this is an EDM party, this motherfucker. Yeah, that shit, I should have fucking, put some lights on or some effects. That was stumbled on a good one. I think that was Roughneck. Yeah, and we're back. Quarantine Bob.
Quarantine Bob.
So we went pretty far down the damn rabbit hole with that one. That's pretty cool. Now, shit, I don't even want to do it.
What?
Send us down another rabbit hole.
Yeah, I want to go down a rabbit hole right now. No, that's good. I'm ready for the rabbit hole.
You ready for the rabbit hole?
Yeah,
Okay.
after the last break, rabbit hole sound like a good idea.
Okay. I'm thinking of breaking into a new hobby, which is going to bring me to my next topic.
What's the new hobby? I will be the critic.
It's going to sound nerdy as shit.
Let's hear
But
it.
like I've said it already, I told Slava already. And I want to do it for a reason, but I want to get into racing drones.
They have that racing drones?
Yo. But here's the cool part about it. I'm going to have you do this the minute I get it. It's a headset that you put on.
Yeah.
And the drone has a camera on it. That's how you race it.
Okay.
But think about this. You're controlling it, and you're inside here, and you're actually flying this thing.
Yeah, you see it. Yeah.
You're seeing it as you're in it.
Yeah.
But you're sitting.
Which is cool. It could definitely doable, yeah. I can do something like that.
It brings me to my next point.
Putting missiles on it. Blowing other drones out of the sky.
We already have it, baby. The Raptors. U.S. military. Come on, catch up.
No. I'm saying for our drones, put little missiles and bullets on it.
I was thinking of some
Little
kind of
Gatling gun.
Yo, you know what I
shoot
was
out of the
thinking?
sky.
To be honest with you, I was thinking of a non-destructive way of doing that. So what you do is you design an app that goes in here with it, and you have like a score system. You have like lasers you aim, and if you hold a target on a drone, let's say for like 5 seconds,
It'll beep and shit.
it'll beep like I got you. So the other guy would know. He'd have that countdown, and he'd have to fucking figure out a way. And when you see this shit, like this is what got me overboard into thinking about it. They had a race, okay? They have a league. It's a race, the whole spiel.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you in a minute.
Can you put weapons on it?
Here's my idea. My idea was to do that app and to make it like instead of a race, it's a dogfight. Everybody starts out at a different part of the
In
property.
one giant room or something. Yeah, one neighborhood.
They have properties. They have sensor extenders that they put in the middle
If
to
you
make
go out
it
of the
larger.
border, it's over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
you lose. You stay
but
in the
border
borders.
is big enough to contain the whole dogfight, and it's like, and I was thinking about it. I was like, how do you do that?
We'll have it over New York City, the 5 boroughs, different.
Shit,
Yeah, That'd
have
be
it
cool.
sponsored by the neighborhood. Have it be an event. Have people watch as these things dogfight, and you watch on your
Sponsored
phone.
by the U.S. military.
And you watch on your phone, and you go,
They'll jump on that shit real
my
fast.
favorite drone just fucking shot down so and so.
What if you did this? It's a good idea. It's cool. But what if you did this, though? You obviously can't put real bullets on the drone because it's not going to be big enough to shoot them and shit. So you make like these tiny little metal bullets or whatever, tiny ones, a little bit of gunpowder in them, and you have like little Gatling guns on the drone, and you can shoot like fucking like 1,000 on each one, and you have it on remote control, like a PlayStation remote, and you're sitting there flying the thing with your fucking head, and like you see the other drone, and you just gotta shoot them down. You can have like little missiles and shit, like a little target, little laser guided ones. It'd be fucking cool, man.
I know how to achieve that, but it would add a lot more weight to each piece. What you'd need to do is, aside from being able to pick the little Gatling gun up and aim it efficiently while you're flying this thing, if you could, the way I'd make it the fairest way is have them shoot what they call Nerf balls.
No, fuck being fan Nerf balls. I want fucking little missiles on it, little
No,
fucking bullets. Boom, blow them up, done deal. What's a Nerf
Why
ball
would
gonna
you
do?
want to destroy somebody else's shit?
Because that's the whole point of the game.
It's all right. That's Mad Max.
that.
That's,
No,
that-
yeah.
okay.
Nerf balls. You know, a bunch of drones shooting Nerf balls
But
at
then
each
you
other.
gotta
Are
watch
you
because
kidding
you
me?
can't have people around there because if you're gonna
What?
be, What?
You could do, how about this? You could do
If you-
Brooklyn. Oh, stop. You could do Brooklyn versus Staten Island, right? Right on the fucking river, under the Verrazano Bridge.
Okay.
Gonna be tiny little bullets, tiny little missiles, and we'll have a
But
boundary
what if
line.
a bystander gets
Stop
hit,
for one
bro?
second. No, we're gonna have other drones on the side, right?
To do what?
So we're
Catch
gonna-
bullets?
No, we're gonna have a boundary. Now, if they go out of the boundary near the ocean, where they fight on the ocean,
But here's what I'm saying.
Hold on, stop.
The
If they-
projectiles they'll be able to, even if they can't go out of the zone, one might volley a fucking
So-
bullet and it'll land and hit a little
No,
girl in
first
the
of all-
head.
No, first of all, it's gonna be a tiny little fucking bullet, maybe not even a fucking quarter-inch big.
How are
It's
you going to register the hits?
You only the thing's gonna shoot down and fucking crash into the water. It's gonna be over, dead, done deal. The guy's not flying.
That would be
anymore.
awesome.
How
It's
about
just
this now?
it's
This
a
is the
lot
best
of
part.
logistics to deal
We
with.
can have the little missiles only go 100 feet. You know what I'm saying? Only 100 feet.
Okay.
And
All
the
right.
little bullets, 100 feet.
Okay.
So you have to get close to the person to shoot them down and actually make a game out of it.
That's
And we'll have a
pretty
we'll have a virtual border. If you go past that border, automatically
Drone fight to the death.
automatically missiles will fly at you and just blow you out of the sky. You're done. Over. No, if you go over the border,
Come on,
yeah,
man.
it's over.
That's going a little overboard.
Listen, it's like
man.
basketball. You can't go out of bounds, kid.
That's overboard.
Why not?
That because it's gonna cost a lot. And plus, to do that in a public place to shoot off ballistic missiles, are you bugging?
Not ballistic missiles.
They have to be.
Just little tiny. Not ballistic.
Yeah, but they're still
No,
ballistic
laser guided.
missiles.
Ballistics out of space. These are tiny little laser
What?
guided missiles.
Ballistics is missiles in general.
No, I'm saying, but ballistic missiles, majority of them are out of space. They fucking travel.
No, it's just
Yeah, it's
you're
goes
talking about
ballistic.
you're talking about a large one. Anything a ballistic missile is
Alright,
an
whatever.
RPG.
I'm sure they can fucking figure a way. If they fucking test fire fucking missiles in the middle
It's
of
gonna
the
cost
ocean.
a lot.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's gonna cost a lot. Where they? You don't think the Lakers cost a lot? And the
Fair enough.
Rangers and
Fair
the
enough.
Yankees?
Fair enough. Okay, I can't argue that. I'm not gonna argue that.
Yeah,
you're right.
motherfucker.
You're right. You're right.
We're gonna have
you're right.
military groups.
That'd be dope.
Be awesome.
That would be dope.
Brooklyn versus Manhattan.
So what I'm saying is,
That's it.
I'm thinking of really getting this thing, and we can do some hooligan shit with it.
And this is the game too. In order to win the game, a drone has to land on top of Madison Square Garden in Manhattan to claim victory, and then another drone on the other side, they gotta land on the Barclays Center, so you could defend the stadiums.
You got to do some serious. That'd be awesome.
We'll have radar systems, satellites,
You would have
tracking
to.
them down.
You would have to extend the frequency of the remote controls.
100%.
So I see a way of doing that.
Yes.
You Wi-Fi the drones and you Wi-Fi the controller.
And people can watch from the street and videotape it. There goes a drone. They're fighting.
Yeah.
We have little Japanese drones, little American drones, Chinese.
Somebody's gonna get shot.
You have little shit, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody's gonna
Yeah.
get shot by accident.
We could do it by neighborhoods.
I mean, it'd be pretty cool, but I think.
I like boroughs, Brooklyn versus Queens.
What if a flaming drone lands in somebody's house?
What if we did this? What if the game started tonight, right?
Yeah.
Now, all 5 boroughs have one spot where you have to get to claim victory for that week, right? So every Sunday night, we have the game starts at fucking 12 in the afternoon and it ends at 12 midnight. And your drone has to get to whatever borough. So let's say Brooklyn wants to invade Staten Island, right? And we get there and we beat them. Then they're out of the contest for the next week. Now it's and just say the Bronx beats Queens. Now you're gonna have Bronx, Brooklyn, and Manhattan. Now no one's gonna know who's gonna invade who. And in order to get there, you have to get into Yankee Stadium on second base.
Somebody's gonna get shot.
It would be cool to have drones defending the stadiums and then also drones attacking the other stadiums.
Yo, that's some ninja shit.
It'd be some cool fucking
All
shit.
right. All right.
I might have just created a cool fucking game here.
Yeah, man. And there's a lot of drone pilots that would probably jump at that shit.
And this is the deal too, though. We have to have. Man, it would be cool, but you couldn't do it though. I was thinking maybe just a little tiny bomb that can look like a nuclear weapon, but it's very small. And you can drop it on top of the stadium and just boom. Like, but it doesn't blow up the roof though. But like, you can see it, you know, like a firecracker. Or something,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Where we won.
Right.
That's what we should have. When he lands there,
Pyrotactics, man.
when he lands there, he shoots off a fucking thing and it blows like mortars or something, like, you know, and it says
You win.
whatever. Yeah, has to have a flag up there. Who the fuck knows? You can do whatever you want to do. It could be a
Yeah.
certain color.
That'd be some crazy shit. I agree.
Imagine
with you.
Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, fucking Staten Island, fucking
The
Bronx.
battle, the Royal Rumble, the Borough Rumble.
The fucking no, it'd be called the borough drones. The borough drones, man, city drones, whatever. You have different cities.
City
fucking-
High.
Imagine we could fucking
City High.
How about this? Imagine we can get like, you can get like a you could do it. Imagine they can do it like with GPS, where the drones can only fly on a certain path, Maybe we could do like New York versus Chicago. It might take days to get there, but you have people fucking flying their drones towards Chicago, and we have to get on top of the Sears Tower and light off our fireworks.
That'd be dope.
And they have to get to the top of the Freedom Tower. That'd be fucking cool, man.
Yes.
Cool. And you're blowing them up and shit. You have people in Ohio been like, oh my God, I saw some New York drones flying up here. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go get them.
Yeah.
I'm going to fire up Old
too.
Faithful.
And the people, and how about this? The people are legally, no, and the people are legally allowed to shoot bullets at it. So if drones are flying over Indiana, the people in Indiana
On the ground?
No, the people from the ground, if guns are legal and they're on their property, they can shoot guns in the air at our drones.
Shit, that adds a whole new element to that.
That's fucking new fire, man. You gotta be careful. You
gotta fly around cities, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, man. You gotta find a different way to get there. It'd be fun.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. And then we can have
get shot.
It'd be good though.
I guarantee
Then
you.
if it-
It'll be you know, in the name of good programming.
And how about this? If it works out good in the United States, we could add in countries. Now we can have
Then there's drones flying around the ocean.
around the world. Yeah,
There's gonna be Chinese drones.
We can have like a contest, like U.S. versus England. Have like little aircraft carriers bringing the drones out there. It'd be
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
great.
That would be so sick to see.
Yeah.
Just for no reason.
100%.
Yo, for real, for no reason, I'd like to
And
see
if the
that.
drone can get over
An
the
RC war.
yeah, if the drone can get over the Big Ben clock on the London Bridge and shoot the flare off, we're good.
I think we're actually, you know,
It'd be a cool
you
game
know
to
something.
watch.
You know something just hit me like I'm a time traveler. Like we're talking about this right now, like that. It'd be cool to watch RC battles.
They have it with remote
But
cars.
listen to me. But in 20 years, I think everything is going to be automated to a point.
AI.
Just automated. So like if you know, robots will fight our wars. Whoever's got the most robots.
It's already doing it now. It's already happening now.
But it's gonna get
called satellites.
It's gonna get progressive to where you're not gonna need boots on the ground.
Yeah.
You have bots on the ground.
We can create 1 billion of them quick.
Whichever country I think is gonna get to a point where they can create usable androids, it's whoever produces more of them that will control the economy of this whole civilization.
Yeah, that I think right now. I think everyone thought about like Terminator days where they're gonna create a robot.
It's scarier if
And-
it's under human
but hold
control.
on.
Think about it.
Yeah, but everyone. The thing is, right now we have AI, and we might be able to create them where they are just trained to just kill, you know, certain military people. But the problem is that it's not gonna happen like that. The whole Terminator theory is not gonna happen. I believe in drones in the air are gonna be the next military thing. We're gonna have thousands. We already have thousands of them already. We're just making more and more.
Do you think they're gonna get bigger or smaller?
I think they're gonna get smaller and more tech because cell phones got smaller, TVs got bigger, but TVs got smaller. It's called cell phone. Cars are getting smaller. Anything militarily, they always try to make it smaller, stealthier. They want to have it being hidden, like it's like satellite. It's like it's like they're already creating these little chips that they can send out to space. They're really tiny, just to go out in space and shit.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Shoot them with lasers.
Yeah.
Because the smaller they are, the better chance they're gonna survive.
They're gonna go up to that speed. It's gonna push them to that speed, and then leave them.
Yeah.
And they'll just go.
But if you look at right now, and all the militaries in the world, this is on the technology drone type of thing we're talking about. All the militaries in the world, all their money is really going into drone systems. Like it's all going into drones. A lot of them. I mean, maybe not all their money, but I'm saying like every military in the world is pushing towards drones for the next best thing. You know what I'm saying, Boris?
Right.
Like they're making planes, they're making tanks, they're making warships, they're making destroyers, they're making new computers and shit like that, and new technology, new rocket launchers, whatever, new missiles. But what they're really focusing on, like China and United States and Russia, is drone technology, and they're using it right now to today. So it's obviously my point is proven because they're using them. You know, whenever Russia was attacking ISIS, what were they using? Drones, right? Even Iran was using drones. You know that, Boris?
Let me show you something.
China's big on it with AI. China's fucking nailing that market. But yeah, with the drones,
I'm gonna show you something. I think you'll like.
scary shit, man.
Well, let me show you the part that's actually fun.
Now, with people like making like cyborgs, I think we're very far away from that. I think we're moving.
I don't
No,
think so.
I think we're moving that direction.
Yeah.
You know, but I still think we have a better chance of winning a war with like those drones, like the flying drones, than having drones on the ground. But I do think drones on the ground are definitely probably 100 years away from perfecting it. But I believe drones in the air, I think we're like a little. I think we perfected it already, but we're like you said before, Boris, like 10, 20 years away from making them really smaller and more deadlier. I mean, imagine you can have a drone the size of your computer with a little fucking metal ball on it that can fucking blow up a whole. Boris, blow up a whole neighborhood.
Why don't you watch that?
Imagine that though, Boris.
Watch that.
Watch what?
It's gonna happen right now.
But okay, whatever. I see. All right, what is this? A video game?
This is drone racing.
Yeah, but this is a video game,
This
right?
is real life.
That is not a real place.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not, bro. It's fucking virtual reality, bro. It's not a real place.
It's not. It really is.
It's not a real neighborhood.
This is a real place.
Okay, that's a real place.
Yes.
Then I'm fucking shit faced because I can't. It does not look real to me.
Because you're inside of a drone, you're flying. That's how you feel when you wear the goggles.
No, I'm saying, is that a real, actual place?
Yeah. See those drones flying? That shit is crazy. This is drone racing.
Does a place look different on a computer?
What the fuck are you talking?
I'm saying it looks like it's fake though.
It's so not. You're missing the point. The point is this is drone racing.
I know, but the garbage in the floor and the stuff in the floor looks fake. I'm saying.
What the fuck are you talking about? Okay. I'll have to agree with you.
I'm talking about driving a drone.
Oh, the boy just crashed.
I'm talking about driving a drone to like the Brooklyn streets. Like,
Well,
you know
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
talking about is this is what drone racing is, and this is kind of
All right.
the thing I wanted to
But yo,
just show you.
yeah, what I was saying before. Imagine this. Imagine you can create a drone that's the size of your computer, and you can put a weapon on it. I mean, listen, I'm not saying
Totally doable. Really, it
I'm
is.
saying no. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah.
A nuclear bomb is obviously big, right? But you can make tiny nuclear bombs that can blow up neighborhoods. It could be the size of your hand. So imagine you make a drone. Even
You think they have nukes that small?
no, they can make them. I'm sure.
I'm curious.
Yes, they can make them. They just don't make them that small because it's not.
What do you think the blast radius for something like that would be?
I was just saying to you. Imagine you built a drone the size of this table, right? And it was fucking pretty high tech and it was pretty good and it can go fucking like 700-800 miles an hour, fucking stealth speed, right? You build it this big. No, it's true though. Imagine you could do that, right? And you
Okay.
could control the computers.
Yeah.
And you could put like 10 of these little mini nukes on them.
It's nuts.
And you could fly them to, you have a war with a country. They can't even get it on radar. And you can fly this thing high in the air. And you can just fucking dive. You can just drop bombs over Shanghai, Beijing, fucking any city. And, you know, we have a problem if you're fighting China or any country, you know. Even like if you're going to go to a war with fucking North Korea, you can just fly. They don't even see it coming because you can fly this thing 20 feet above the ground and go fucking 800 miles an hour. You just have to have a radar system to make sure you don't hit a fucking mountain or a fucking house or something. But you can fly this thing through. What's anybody going to do? They can't even see the thing. You know what the fucking stealth speed is, bro? The speed, you know, it breaks the sound barrier.
Stealth speed? Speed of sound.
Speed of sound. So, yeah, but it's
Mach
fast.
something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, what if they might have that shit already? I believe they have shit that's probably the size of this fucking electronic cigarette thing. That the size of this that probably could fly and carry a biological weapon on it and just go over a city and just drop it and keep on going. And it just crashes into the ocean and it goes to the bottom and no one sees it ever again. And all of a sudden, a week later, fucking everybody's fucking dead in that city because there's some disease went around.
And then it's in the water.
I mean, no, if it goes into the water, the capsule's not in there, so it just goes away. We wouldn't put it in the water. We just drop a little capsule out.
Well, like in the air?
Yeah.
That would affect the whole world, though, wouldn't it?
No, it just only goes to a certain mile radius. You know, it might just go. You know, it might just go in a fucking 20-foot radius. But if you drop in the middle of a fucking city
That's a problem.
then 100 people get it. Those 100 people are gonna go home, hop on subways, trains, buses, planes, and boom. If you can do that and stop your air travel from coming into your country just for the first week, you're fucking good.
Yep.
That's it, done deal. War's over. Everyone's dead. A country. That's why I'm scared with the United States, because it's almost impossible for a country to fight a virus in their own country and then fight a war outside their country, because you have to have everybody stay away from everybody, but at the same time you have to go to war. So it's the best tactic to use: make a country sick, and then go to war with them and move in on them, and they can't do anything because
they're already dealing with something. They're already under stress.
or it's a good way to test something. But I think the United States has capabilities of wiping out countries without even firing a bullet.
But here's the thing, though. I could understand if it was only the United States. It's the whole world.
No, what I'm saying is, this is an example I'm using.
Oh, you're using that targeted weapon, right?
No, I'm saying with drones. With a drone, if we can create something in a lab that we can cure for ourselves, but nobody can cure, because we have a brand new type of strain or virus of something, and it could be put on a drone and it could be flown to anywhere in the world and dropped.
Yeah.
And once it does enough damage, that's when we can say, hey, we found a cure. All our people are good.
What's up,
Let's
guy?
start curing the other fucking people. Now, it kind of seems like it happened already.
What?
You know, so what I'm saying is, with drones are scary, because they can, like you said before, there's a good point you made. Drones are going to get smaller and smaller, more high tech, faster, and you're going to be able to, eventually when they get smaller and smaller, we're not going to carry giant missiles on them. We're going to say, yo, listen, let's stop.
Carry my bags.
No, let's make a missile this big that can do exactly what the missile this big did. You know what I'm saying, Boris? Because look, Boris, you look at the nuclear bomb, there was bombs bigger than the nuclear bomb, the atomic bomb.
Sure.
It was just a different kind of bomb.
Absolutely.
So, what I'm saying is, the United States should definitely think about creating little drones and put little mini nukes on there. Just take out square blocks. Little mini nukes. Just tell people, you want to fuck with us, and boom.
Will those leave radiation, you think?
That's the whole point. Actually, now your block is no good. It's over for 100 years. Want to do the next one? Stop. Done deal. We're not gonna kill a million people, but we're gonna take about 1 million square feet of your country out of business for 100 years. Shit. You knock out 1 million square feet in Manhattan, there's a problem, right?
Sure.
That's a problem.
That's a big problem.
But now with these little drones, though, they're scary, man. That's the next warfare, is drones. In the air.
That's why I want to get into it.
That's why people are going to be sitting on a Navy ship. They're going to be sending missiles from a Navy ship. Missiles will be launched from our country to other countries. But the most of the war will be fought on drones. Think about it. Why are you going to send 20,000 troops to an area, or 100,000 troops to an area, to fight a bunch of other troops, when you could just send one drone, fly around, find out where they... Because obviously, if a country has 100,000 troops moving somewhere, they're going to be together. They're going to be camping out places, sleeping at nighttime, you know. So why don't you send a little drone out and find out where they're chilling, you know? And just go by and drop little nuclear bombs on them. Little tiny mini ones.
Ping.
Over. Done. It's over. 100,000 people gone. Just the military. Done deal. It's a good idea. United States, create little mini drones, little mini nukes, and nobody will fuck with us.
Mini nuke.
That's it. Mini nukes. They're good, man. Make a cereal out of them. Mini nukes.
Mini nukes? Yeah, they're shaped like little bombs. That's excellent.
Little green marshmallows.
That's excellent.
Be nice. Little atomic bombs. But no, I really think it'd be great.
I love it.
Yeah, no, I really think though.
Love it.
I really think that the next big war will mostly be fought with ballistic missiles, satellites, drones, you know, laser guided missiles, maybe lasers too. We had that laser shit going on in the fucking Navy. Fucking things are shooting. They can shoot like 100 planes out of this guy.
Lasers are no joke nowadays. I don't think we know how much not a joke they are.
What if, like, can you imagine like a country going to war with the United States? Like, no, like China or Russia, where they had the actual balls, even to send like a couple thousand planes towards us, and we just shot them all out of the sky in the same exact time with lasers, and they see the radar, and they see 1,000 planes going towards Pearl Harbor, bloop. And they're like, "Yo, we're almost there," and you just see bloop, and they're all
we
gone.
gonna hit Pearl Harbor again? That's some foul shit.
And then we call him and say, yo, what were you guys doing in our airspace? You want to talk? Boom.
We got the black boxes, bro. What's up?
Yeah. How about this? People know something about lasers too, which has a lot to do with drones. We're learning how to basically. If you saw that video with the Navy ship that shot the laser at the boat really far away, there's like a little black box on top of it or something like that. They had it standing up on top of the boat, and they hit the black box to show the accuracy. What if we were to shoot it at Beijing and just move it?
You're just evil.
No, think about it though. Think about it.
You're just fucking evil.
Boris, what if we were able to shoot a laser?
A continuous beam. Like a boop, like that.
Well, this is a problem. The reason why we can't do it.
Power.
No, this beats the flat Earth theory. The reason why we can't do it is because the world's curved. So if we shot a laser from California, it's not going to hit China because China might be down here. We're going to shoot it this way.
No,
Understand?
you'd have to be there and go. Boop.
We have to be somewhere because they say what every mile it
Some
changes.
lightsaber shit.
It's
you're
a big
talking
deal
about.
because if you're 1 inch off the first mile, you'll be 2 inches off the second.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You're still cutting shit down. So you start from
I'm saying
ground
is-
level, you'll kill some
What
shit.
I'm saying is that this is the globe, right? And
Yeah, and it goes.
United
up.
States. Yeah, United States is here and China's down here. Even if we point it down, we're still not going to hit it.
Yeah, I know. You got to be closer.
So that's where drones come in now. So I'm saying drones. Imagine you had a drone
That could do that.
with a
That's
laser,
scary.
and it's just flying. And if it positions itself the right way, at the right distance,
A laser has no
and
recoil.
they can just cut all the buildings in half,
Well, think about it this
and
way.
they all collapse.
You just gave me a good idea. Think. Of,
Over.
listen, you gave me a good idea. Because the whole time I was thinking, when you were talking about put little guns on them,
Yeah.
you know what I was thinking
Awesome
about?
idea.
You know what I was thinking about? Recoil. A targeting system would be shit just for recoil because the guns going off would shake the fucking thing.
I
Okay?
fixed that though.
I know you could fix it. And you just told me how. By using lasers.
That'd be awesome. Laser.
A
ones.
laser has no recoil
No.
and it travels quick.
Guess what? It doesn't cost
So if
anything.
you-
No material.
No, it costs you.
No material.
It
Just
costs.
charge it up.
Well,
Battery charger. No, seriously, I've seen this before. Battery
well,
charger.
yeah. Battery charger, yes. But it'll cost you in drone construction for sure. You'd need you'd need a heavy lifting drone to be able to lift enough weight to power a laser, which is doable. I'm
Which
not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not.
Well, they're
at
gonna make
all.
things smaller as time goes. So maybe the
No, you just make shit
no, whatever powers the laser is gonna get smaller and lighter anyway.
right, and at the same time, you can get a rig to pick that up. I think it'll still be the size of this table for now.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Size of this table
yeah,
easily,
like from me to you.
but you can get
Perfect.
it. You can get it down to a size. You can get it down to
Start there. If you have something that could autonomously fly and apply lasers, get the fuck out of here. That's
about
that's
this, though?
This is warfare changing.
How about this though? What if you can create a drone that's the size of that fucking computer screen, right? And it can fly for the next month with a charged battery. You could fly this thing in the ocean. It has a tiny laser. It could be fucking this big, right? And all it does is you see Shanghai or Beijing, and we're gonna have to go to war with them. And all it does is it points out a perfect point where every building can be cut in half. The laser goes like this. This is the laser. Ready? It goes zzz, over.
The power source you'd need for that would be immense.
That's
A
what we have
drone
to get.
can never handle it.
That's what we need.
The weight.
I know, but we have to need to create a laser
You
like
may
that.
as well bring an aircraft carrier and shoot it off of it because that's what you'd need.
Even if we had that, even a plane.
Could do it.
What I'm saying is, even if we could knock out one building, can you imagine you can cut buildings in half and just take out the whole city in one shot?
You're killing a lot of innocent bystanders.
Listen, it's World War III. We're getting invaded. We have to hit the capital.
All right, then yeah.
Can you imagine?
Then yeah,
somebody,
yeah. Make sure that shit stays on long so I can cut down everything.
No, the thing is that, Boris, in order for me to cut this room down, Boris, I had to go like this, right? But the laser goes further.
Yes.
You can cut out like almost a
The
quarter
whole
of the world.
block, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it would be really quick.
The power you'd need for that, Bob, is
Yeah.
immense. The amplification, so you'd need a lot of power. Aircraft carrier could do it.
Or a huge ass plane.
Nah. You need an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
When them nuke-powered ones, I think they can keep it going
And
nicely.
submarines.
Not yet. I want to first see how, if we're gonna cut.
What? Boris, submarine? Hold on, stop. Bro. The scope comes up out of the water. It
Brr.
goes zzz, over.
Oh my God, that'd be crazy.
And how about this? Under the water,
That'd
can
be
still hit
fucking
planes.
crazy.
That'd be a good weapon. Listen, if you need anybody for a job for a weapons factory, I have good ideas.
R&D.
What's his name?
You need to work in R&D.
What's his name?
Research and development,
fuck,
Bob.
what's his
That's where
name?
you need to work.
Who's that crazy guy creating all those missiles and shit, flying out of space? That
Missile
space
crazy.
program.
Elon
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, looking for a job. Elon Musk, give me a
Hire
job.
this kid. Are
Yes.
you serious?
I have good ideas.
Are you serious?
Lasers from submarines.
Elon Musk would be fascinated with you.
Yes, I have the ideas. You make them. That's it. Charge $1 million an idea.
Damn, son.
Why not?
You
This guy spent $1 million on flamethrowers.
You don't want to just be his friend, man?
To be my friend, it costs money. That's it. I charge for my friendship now. It's worth it.
That's how y'all know I'm loaded.
Nah, Boris owes me a lot of money. 20 years of it.
Oh, God, yes.
Nah, but yo, Elon Musk. Oh, man. That guy's awesome.
Yes.
That's a guy I want to just hang out with,
he's-
smoke pot and
yo,
drink.
that's one of my personal heroes.
Oh, Elon Musk is definitely the Einstein of this day.
Wouldn't go that far,
Yo, he is.
but
He
I
is.
see where you're going.
The problem is no one's going to give him credit because the technology is already there to help him. Because Einstein didn't have that, along with Tesla. They were creating the technology in order to create
Yeah, but
Musk's.
this is the next generation of guys using their
But
theories.
I think out of all the people on the planet, I think people like Elon Musk, they could put them into an Einstein category.
Yes,
'cause
I agree with you.
The guy
They're savants in something.
No, the guy sent a rocket to outer space and brought it back and landed in the middle of the ocean on a platform.
That was some G-ass shit.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. But Einstein could not fucking do that. He's a different Einstein.
Because, remember, no, he's not. Because he's using the fundamentals of the first Einstein
Yes.
to achieve what he's achieving. So, theoretically, Einstein paved the way for him to do what he's doing.
Yes.
That's all. So, it's all connected.
Like
You
I
know?
said, I think Elon Musk,
He's
he
one of those greats.
what he did with the SpaceX, he created the rocket to go to outer space. And
I
come
hope
back.
he holds through with his promise to go to Mars, because I think it would unite the whole country in just watching it.
He's going there. Oh, you're right about that. The fucking moon landing, everybody was happy that day.
This is what I'm saying. I need this to happen again for humanity, so go Elon, please. Please.
Where's he from, Elon Musk?
Oh, gosh. I'm going to say one of the Nordics. No, you know what? Elon Musk is worth it.
Yeah, Elon Musk.
It'll be.
Elon Musk, I'm looking for a job. I got crazy fucking ideas that I might just tell you, and you might want to fucking make them. Like good fucking ideas. Good ideas. Remember, drones with lasers on them.
I don't think
good
you'd
fucking
like
idea.
that too much.
No, the drones with lasers on them are awesome, bro. Real lasers. Fucking melt shit, man, It'd be fun.
Damn, son.
What?
Elon Musk was born in South Africa.
Okay, yeah, I figured it was one of those places. There's an accent. What?
You're good.
How about this though?
You're good.
Do you know that Neil deGrasse Tyson? I like what he said. He said the smartest person in the world will probably come out of Africa because they believe that's where man started. So they believe the DNA is strong and the intelligence. They said if the smartest person in the world will probably come from Africa.
South Africa, Canada, and now in the United States.
Yeah, he has a little Canadian thing with the little AA thing, whatever the fuck they say.
Yo, Elon's a beast. Go get him, kid.
You know where he ended up though? The U.S. That's where the money's at, kid. He ain't dumb. Now, where's this car company originate from?
Here.
Here? So is it considered a U.S. car now, Tesla?
Yes.
So that's awesome. Elon Musk, my man. Boom.
Tesla is American.
We're the next fucking big thing with cars, bro. It's us.
We've always been.
No, so the Tesla came out. That was the next best thing, kid.
You have no idea. Like you're saying something without knowing the implications. I'll give you a little
I'm saying
bit.
20, 30 years
I'll
from now.
give you a trip deeper into that. Tesla, when he came out with the car,
A self-driving car. He's fucking awesome.
he's a beast.
He's awesome. He's fun.
He came out with a car, and afterwards he said, "You know what? I want everyone to be building this car. How do I do that?"
Can I ask you a question?
Wait, you can't.
No, it's about
Not in the
cars.
middle of the
don't know
statement. I don't
cars.
give a shit.
All
Don't,
right. But after,
don't
let's-
stop me.
Yeah.
'Cause otherwise I'll lose my train of thought. So, so he said, "You know what I'm gonna do with this car? I want everyone to build my car. So I'm gonna. I know my design is so good. It just needs to be improved upon here, here, and here. And you guys are car companies. So I'm gonna give the blueprints away. Give away. Right? Some companies, I'm sure every single company was waiting to get that blueprint and go, oh, they call it open source when you open source a blueprint. So anyone can make money off of it. They go, fuck, we got to build this. I see the development of more fully electric cars, but nothing touching a Tesla just yet. In reality. And I'm saying he gave that away because he said, he goes, even if I'm the best car manufacturer in the world, I won't reduce the carbon footprint that I want in cleaning the earth and shit and making it green. So I'm going to give it away and I'm going to show them how it is to make bread off of it. And now they're going to do it and it's going to make it faster. I want to reduce the carbon blueprint. It's not about the money I'm trying to make. He goes, I don't care if Tesla goes broke, but like if Lexus goes, you know what? We've built a better one than you. You know what he'll say?
Get rid of all cars.
Yo, if he'll say, kick ass, enjoy.
Yeah.
You understand? That's the idea.
If you get rid of all cars, you would definitely.
You're not getting rid. You're never getting rid of cars.
No, I'm saying if you get rid of all the cars that burn in the carbon and shit like that, it'd fucking be great, man.
Within the next 25 years.
Maybe longer.
No. By the way, we're moving. If we keep moving without killing
Going
ourselves,
electric.
we're gonna go to fully electric. And I believe right now the guys that have the spotlight in my eyes, right now, are the solar panel guys. Whoever's developing more potency out of a solar panel, you're the one to be watched. Those are the stocks to be bought. Because once they make breakthroughs in making that shit actually generate, it's already generating usable power. But I'm trying to see it amplified. For instance, to put on my car and know that my car always got gas in it. Because it's daytime. If it's daytime, I'm guaranteed, let's say, 65% charge. So if I charge my shit while I'm home, it's guaranteed to be charged for that long, like to gain that much. So it's like, fuck, man. I get free gas. Maybe not all the way charged free gas. Yeah, maybe my battery will run low. I'll have to plug it in at the house. But most of the time, I ain't worried. In case I'm stuck somewhere, I'll stay the night. Let my car charge.
Yeah.
So it's going to get to that point, in my opinion, within the next 25 years, easy. Easy.
What did Elon Musk originally do? What app did he start?
PayPal.
PayPal. Fucking genius.
I use PayPal now. Elon Musk is a personal hero. Believe me. The shit this guy is doing just because he wants to. Because you know, the reason I say that.
How much is still PayPal for? Billions, right?
Regardless, he got kicked out. He got bought out.
But he got bought for billions, though.
Yeah.
Yo, everyone
He almost. You know how many times this guy almost went broke? Did you know that when that rocket you're talking about landed on the water? Did you know about this? They failed 3 times before.
Yeah, it blew up or something like that, yeah.
Right. And he said, financially, this is the last time I'll be able to do this. If this doesn't work, we're fucked. And that thing landed.
Now,
it wasn't on the water part.
Yeah.
It just landed. And he said...
He landed on the water.
And do you know what that does, bro? That's a recyclable space delivery vehicle.
Yes.
Meaning it'll be a reusable. So
for thousands of times, maybe.
You have just lowered the cost of space travel.
At 90%. More.
No, not more. Maybe a little less.
No, going back and forth.
I would say 80%. So you go from 80 to 20.
Yeah.
Imagine getting that in your mortgage.
Yeah.
Shit.
This is the deal with Elon Musk. Number one, all his projects, even that, his name's on the line, his money, trust me, my man was never gonna go broke because he's using other people's money to do this shit.
No,
He ain't stupid.
here's the thing.
Oh, let me finish for a second. I just started.
He's not a businessman.
He's not. He's not. What I'm saying is
What is
that
he then?
He's a private. He's in the private sector. Everything.
What
he
is
does.
he?
What? Oh, he's a businessman. He's a billionaire. He's a businessman.
What
knows
is he
he's doing.
primarily?
Primarily,
Yeah.
my opinion. What is Elon Musk? He's a very smart person. Number one, with marketing. He knows how to market his products. Hold on, stop
Wrong.
for a second.
No, wrong. It's
I
already
didn't
wrong.
finish saying what I'm saying yet. But I think he's a person who came up with a good idea, made a lot of money off of it, but he also has a lot of other good ideas. Meaning PayPal was one idea, right? Hold on, let me finish.
Too late.
Hold on, no,
Too
I'm not,
late.
that's
You
what
got
I'm-
too much
I'm
time.
not too late. Let me say,
Too
hold on.
much time.
Hold on,
Too
you
much
just
time.
talked for 15 minutes,
Too
and I
much
talked for a
time.
minute.
Too much
I was
time.
going to say, I thought you asked about PayPal. Elon Musk came out with PayPal. It was a good idea. He made a lot of money off of it.
I asked you a question and you're giving me a
But
story.
I'm telling you who he is.
I don't need to know
He's
who
a person.
I actually know
You asked
who
me
he
who do you
is.
think he is? He's a person that
Who? One word.
entrepreneur. All right, there you go. I can't
I
explain.
like it. I like it. But in his words, he's an engineer. They asked him, they go, what do you do all day? Like with all the things you got going on, what do you do? He goes, well, people think I'm this business guy. He goes, no, I'm developing stuff. I'm an engineer.
Ideas.
He makes things. It's like, imagine like
All right.
fulfilling every curiosity you've ever had about how stuff works, but making money off of it. And he's an engineer first, and he's a nerdy kid.
Yeah.
And that makes him amazing because he actually pulled it off.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
I'm sure he's not nerdy, but like, but what I'm saying is this guy is an engineer first. And everything else comes second. But I think his determination to help humanity, just to progress humanity. You asked him, I said, how did you feel about, that all the NASA people laughed at him when he started SpaceX?
Yes.
They
I was
fucking
going to that.
straight up laughed at him, and they had an interview with him, and they were like, how do you feel that your idols, Buzz Aldrin and them, are shitting on you? And he goes, yo, that shit hurt. That shit really hurt. And this was before he landed the vertical rocket that we were talking about, the interview. And then he landed that shit. So, like, he achieved something, and he's like, yo, we're trying to get to Mars in 26. And, like, I look at a guy like that, and I go, I think he thinks it's possible. If he thinks it's possible, go get him, son. Go get him.
Yeah, I was gonna
Go get him.
I was gonna say that he was a guy that at the beginning of his life, he was a smart marketer, he was a smart tech guy. He knew what people wanted. He knew how to market it, and he started PayPal. When he started PayPal and he got it going or whatever, they obviously something happened, like you said, they bought him out or he sold it. But I think he sold it.
They bought him out. They wanted him
Whatever.
out of the company.
I'm
They
not
kicked
gonna-
him out of his own company.
I'm not gonna get into detail about that, but he still walked.
That's
away.
the detail.
The bottom line is he walked into that project with fucking dollars in his pocket, and he walked away with billions. So it doesn't matter. The thing is that,
Him and his friend built that shit.
all right, he was a smart enough guy to
One slept, one coded, one slept. That's how they did that shit. His words.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck.
You know.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say now. He was smart enough to realize that PayPal was only a ladder to what he wanted to do. It wasn't his dream. It wasn't his main focus. But he knew that I had to use something like this to make a lot of money to get to my next project. The guy, you asked me who you think he was a guy who had some crazy fucking wild ideas, and he wanted to try some crazy shit, but he didn't have the money and the people around him to do it. So when he was able to walk away with PayPal and get all that money for that, the billions of dollars, he's probably like, holy shit, now I can start a small little program and build a fucking flamethrower or a fucking electric car or a fucking spaceship Hold on a second. And he was able to do that. And you were right. When he stepped into the scene, he started telling people his ideas and what he wanted to do with his money, what he wanted to finance. And he had his own ideas. And yes, he was an engineer. Because this engineer, not only with technology, he also engineered the human population to easier. Hold on. People did laugh at him. And he had a... Come on, don't do that, man. That's rude.
I'm raising my hand. Because you're going to keep going.
So forget it, guy. You go. I was just going to get to my point, but I'm not
Get to your point. Get to your point.
What I'm saying is that
I'm going to forget by then.
nobody knew who the fuck he was when he had PayPal. Then he sold PayPal. And people heard about what he sold it for. And it's okay, it's just some smart tech guy who made billions of dollars. But as time went on, he started to say, hey, I have a fucking idea about this and that. And I want to do this. I want to build spaceships. I want to build rockets. I want to build electric cars that drive by themselves. People fucking laughed at him. But now he's fucking doing it. And that's why I say he's the Einstein of our time. Because people laughed at Einstein his whole life when he told people that Einstein was what
they never questioned Einstein.
Einstein, when he was very young and he had ideas about certain things, other scientists from his country, not from America, not after he was a great scientist, before he was a great scientist, people to him said, you're fucking insane, this is not possible. You can't do this. You're not gonna do this. You're a fucking poor kid working in a fucking mailroom. You're not gonna split the atom. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it one day. No, you're not. So people did tell him that.
He didn't. Okay.
But as he went, don't tell me when Einstein was 13 years old and he said, I want to fucking do this and do that. I think
What did he want to do at 13?
What I'm saying is not 13. Okay, I don't know the exact age Einstein came up with the idea of doing certain thing with EMC square, but I'm sure the first.
Way later.
Okay.
Way later.
I don't know. I never said I knew how old he was. What I'm saying is,
Okay.
when Einstein was younger, and he told people his ideas and what he wanted to do for a living and what he wanted to create and what he wanted to be, there was a lot of people who looked at him and said, you're fucking crazy. You're fucking stupid. You ain't doing that. Because he's from some poor village where in Poland somewhere?
I think so, bro.
All right, so you know what though? You're right. When Einstein, hold on. When Einstein was 15 years old, and he said to somebody, you know what? I want to do this and that. And they said, yeah, you're gonna do it, 100%, Einstein. You're gonna
What level was he at? I don't know that.
Any scientist, anybody that created something, the majority of people that created some wild shit,
Didn't create it at 13.
No, not at 13. I'm saying they might have an idea at 18, 25, 27, 13, 15. Okay, when I was 13 years old, I might have
started his whole shit when he was in the 40s, kid.
What I'm saying is when he was in
30s,
his
40s.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to quote myself to be exact. I'm assuming
I prefer that.
Okay, I'm assuming when Einstein was in his 30s, maybe 33 years old and 6 months, and maybe the first week of his 6th month. Maybe at that time, he might have sat down with a guy that he was working with when he wasn't a scientist, and he said, hey, man, you know what? I was thinking I might want to create this. That guy might have said to him, hey, man, you're fucking loony. That's just never going to happen. But guess what? He might have did it. Same thing with Elon Musk. When Elon Musk was coming up, he was talking about certain things that he wanted to do in the future, and people, like you said, laughed at him and said, you're fucking nuts, it ain't gonna happen. You're not smart enough to do this. But he fucking did it. So I'm saying you can compare him to a Tesla or an Einstein in the future because these people will laugh at.
Yes.
Thomas Edison laughed at fucking Tesla when he had ideas about doing certain things. He laughed at him.
He didn't laugh at him. He took his ideas.
He took them, but he also laughed at him.
No. He didn't laugh at him. He took his ideas and killed him.
Let me ask you a question.
They
probably did, yeah. I'm saying, but even not even Edison. Tesla was laughed at throughout his life growing up about his ideas.
I don't know about that, so I can't agree.
They thought he was crazy when he was talking shit when he's fucking 20 in his 20s and 30s about doing certain things. They thought he was crazy.
You know, people thought I was crazy when I started this podcast.
Yes.
But like having you on here is you know, proof that, you know, it's fucking crazy. So here. Here's a toast to the cat.
Cheers. A lot of these people who are very intelligent, like you said, they grew up in their life reading books, studying things. People looked at them like they were out of the ordinary. They were crazy. These people are fucking weird. This guy's sitting there, he's staring in the sky all fucking day and he's counting shit. He's out of his fucking bird. That's the guy. But that's the guy 20, 30 years later, after he's done counting, says, yo, look what I found. Boom, 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 boom. And then people study it and say, yo, this guy was right. Okay? Right now, Michio Kaku is trying to prove Einstein wrong on some theories. And he
I
might.
think he's building on his theories. He's not proving them wrong. Remember, science.
But when you build on a theory, you might
Science
find...
builds on itself. You might find something that's wrong, yes, but you want to use the theory that was already there to build the next thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to explain to you. That scientists build off of each other because you build off of data that's collected. What is science but collected data? You understand? So you collect enough of it, and you can go, okay, the statistics are like the spikes you have in the thing. The statistics are that this gets the most. Okay, so I'm going to do that again. So they go, the scientists go, okay, right here's where the data is. Right here's where the spike is. This is what I'm going to look at.
I think scientists, the whole point of being a good scientist, and a lot of them, is that, yes, they do work off of other people's work, but they try to not prove them wrong, but as they work off their work, they come to a conclusion and say, wait, he was wrong about this. This is the way it is or the way it goes. And they prove those ex-scientists wrong. Not on every one of their theories, but out of one project, if there's 100 theories out of one project, they might be right about 85 of them, but a new scientist might find 15 different ways to do different things and say, you know what, he was wrong about these 15 things, but he's right about these 85. And it goes on and on. The whole point of being a scientist is to basically challenge the last scientist who had the last theory. It's like archaeology in a way too. When someone says, no, this happened at this time, someone else steps in, no, you're wrong. Same thing with scientists. You know, the whole what was it, the theory of relativity or something like that. That's what Michio Kaku is. He's saying Einstein is right about something.
He's using it.
He's
using
using
it to do his thing.
But he's finding new things, and then new things
Based
that,
off of it.
Yes, but also he's also proven some of his theories wrong.
Yeah, but that's what's going to happen.
That's how science is all about. You challenge other theories.
And if you succeed mathematically, guess what? It's too
You're
bad.
right. I remember
Science has no fucking...
Neil deGrasse Tyson said this, that what happens
everybody wins policy.
a lot of scientists say this. What happens is a scientist comes up with a theory, and he presents it to 10 different scientists. And all 10 scientists study the theory and come up with their own theory. And they try to prove him wrong.
Right.
And if all 10 of them can't prove him wrong, then they will all agree to say that he's right. But if out of 10 of them, just say 1 or 2 of them prove him wrong, it's still a theory. Because now you have 8 guys saying, I believe him, but he's a professional scientist. So the whole point of science is that one scientist comes out with a theory, and maybe hundreds of thousands of scientists are trying to prove him wrong.
Yes.
That's how you prove it's right. So Michio Kaku, all the work he's doing, he's trying to prove Einstein wrong, but he's finding out that he was right about some things, but he's also wrong about a lot of things, because he didn't have the technology back then.
Michio Kaku is big into string theory.
He's a nuclear physicist.
Yes, but
Originally.
he's big into string
He is.
theory.
That's one of his what do they call them?
Pièces de résistance.
Whatever. That's one of his big things, though. But deep down inside, Michio Kaku and even Neil deGrasse, they have worked with the government on certain projects.
You know what the cool
They're very serious
You know what the
scientists.
cool thing about those 2 guys you mentioned? Because they're fucking amazing.
Is they walk around Manhattan like they're freely just doing everything they gotta do. They're fucking awesome.
What are
They
you
walk
talking
around
about?
freely. They walk around freely. You can see them in Manhattan.
Let me tell you why. The way
Everyone loves them.
You know why? Let me tell you why. Because the way they speak. Here's the thing.
In simple terms.
Here's the thing. Some people are very smart, but they will not be able to explain shit to you.
No,
Because you're going to be sitting there going, what the fuck did he just say, bro?
they can.
Michio Kaku and Neil deGrasse Tyson, Michio Kaku in particular,
He's very good at it.
taught me the meaning and a visual representation of fucking gravity, bro. Okay? Me. And once I saw what gravity is and him explaining it in layman's terms that I can understand, he taught me the solar system. He expanded my mind and the way I thought. Neil deGrasse Tyson is literally on the same level with him. It's just they speak in different tonalities. Which one do you prefer? and they both speak about the same thing, and it's glorious.
The reason why Neil deGrasse Tyson speaks to me better is because he's from the Bronx. He's a New York guy.
Fair enough. Well, so is Michio, son.
Yeah, but no, I don't know if Michio is. No, I think Michio. I don't know if he's from New York.
He teaches at Brooklyn College.
He teaches here, but he's not from New York.
Oh no, he's not from New York.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, whatever his name is.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
He's from the Bronx. He's a city guy.
Crazy, wonderful human being.
The way he talks.
Wonderful human being.
I would say that Neil, he talks. When he talks common sense science.
I think it's also engaging.
No, the way he speaks about science.
He engages your mind. He makes you think.
What
like
he
with
does
the
is-
stuff that he asks and says, like it's like whoa,
No, what he does is that he takes the most complicated thing
and breaks it down.
and he breaks it down into the most simplest terms that an average kid from New York City
Can understand, yeah, man.
who maybe grew up in the same neighborhood as him or maybe 3-4 miles away, he can understand his terminology, his language. And he breaks it down and he uses like the simplest things to explain the most difficult thing. And then what he does is he opens the door for that kid, and then that kid watches what he says, and then that kid says, you know what, I want to go further. I'm going to try to see the more difficult way to understand
And then
this.
when he watches Michio Kaku afterwards.
Well, he watches probably...
Michio is more like less forgiving. I know what you mean about Neil deGrasse.
I was just going to say, he probably goes to school, and he has a science teacher who explains everything in the difficult terms, but he was just watching Neil deGrasse on YouTube, and when his science teacher talks about a similar topic, he can relate better now, because now, even though he's talking intellectually and using big words, when it comes down to the end of what the teacher's saying, he can say, hey, I already know about this. This guy explained it, this, and that, But he learns it in a different language. See, Neil deGrasse Tyson and Mr. Kaku are speaking a different language.
Yes.
They're speaking like the modern language of science now.
The language of understanding.
Back in the day, how about this? I'll give
They
you
want to teach you.
There was an old saying. You know, we had that old saying, can you speak English now? You know where that came from? That came from scientists talking to government officials about science. And government officials are dumb as fuck. So,
I believe it.
you have some scientists saying that, if we drop this fucking bomb and it goes off, there's a good chance that we can kill the whole world. Are you sure about this? And the scientist starts to explain it. Know what the government says? Can you speak English, please? And they say, okay, this is the deal.
Layman's
We drop it here.
terms.
This happens, boom, the whole world's dead.
Right.
Want to take a chance? And that's when they make the decision.
Right.
So it takes... Can you break it down to English terms? When they say break it down to English, you're saying break it down to easier terms for me.
And those two cats, when
Do
they
that.
speak, they do that.
They do that.
And
Um,
they taught me things.
how about
like,
that?
that's what I'm saying.
A kid from Harvard, a kid from Yale, and a kid from a regular neighborhood from New York City, Chicago, L.A., or Miami could understand him the same
Yes.
all together. We all
Yes.
can understand him.
And
very
that
simple.
is the gift. That's why these people are very important within our lifetime, because they freely attempt to open your mind at no cost. All you got to do is listen.
They know how to communicate with all types of
They know how to relate a point
Yes.
to you.
I mean, Neil deGrasse Tyson could talk. I think if a 5th grader watched him or a 12th grader, they would maybe understand differently, but they would both learn the same.
They'd learn something.
Yes.
That's for fuck sure.
How about this? Oh, I wish I saw my son more often, but if I was with him every day, I'd be watching Neil deGrasse stuff.
As you should.
Michio
Yeah,
Kaku.
boy.
There's a lot of guys that watch.
Yes.
Graham Hancock, everything. I would bring him into all type of topics, from the pyramids to fucking moon.
Mm-hmm.
I bring it to everything. But those guys. Like I say, Elon Musk, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Michio Kaku, even Graham Hancock. What's his name too? The guy Eric Von Dyken. These guys are one of a fucking billion, man, in a lifetime.
Yeah.
They're not easy, bro. I mean, you have 6 billion people on the planet, and you have like probably maybe, I would say maybe 5 out of every billion are unique. Maybe 10 are
Yep.
unique, like an Elon Musk type thing. Because you have people in other countries too. Don't forget. that are smart.
Yes.
China, Japan.
Any country, anywhere. It's a randomness.
Even the guy in North Korea who helped him create the fucking nuclear weapon, you know,
Smart guy, right?
Smart guy. He didn't have what the United States had, but he created it from dirt.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys are smart. They can look at a piece of paper and figure shit out.
Yeah,
There's something
bro.
beyond.
Yeah, bro.
So,
Listen, here's to all of our geniuses. Please, please let
Cheers.
this human race achieve what you're thinking.
and at that note,
I think it's time to call it a night, ladies and
was
gentlemen.
a
Thank
late
you
night
so
show.
much for watching.
thank you for joining the late night show.
Yeah.
GodMode podcast.
All
Boris
fucking
and Bobby.
day. All fucking day.
The clips will be on tomorrow. The full video on Boris' site.
Let's
Everything's
go.
good.
Let's go. Let's go.